Hello.
That's actually my job.
No, I'm too excited.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. I am actually not Matthew Foreman, because Matthew Foreman is currently on a break from running on this channel.
That's right. He wouldn't be running a stream right now.
Correct. So I am...
Wednesdays.
Correct, yeah. I'm Matthew Foreman, the Matthew Foreman Experience. We are here tonight for a very special episode of Invisible Sun. Our first ever on this channel.
Woo!
Woo! All right, good enthusiasm, good energy.
I'm trying not to break the mic. People's eardrums in the process.
Everyone who has earphones.
Do we all want to go around the table and introduce ourselves?
Sure, like we never do that.
Yeah.
So maybe we should.
Yeah.
Hi, I'll go first since everyone's quiet.
We're all
And
eating
I'm already
popcorn.
doing other people's jobs.
That's right.
I'm Alexis. I use she, her pronouns. You can find me at Vox Fanato on the Twitter sphere. You might have seen me earlier today on this channel making this overlay on my Alexis Attempts art stream, which happens every Monday and Friday. Also run Dragon Heisters on Tuesday with Ty. And I'm here for this, and I'm very excited.
We haven't made characters yet, so we're not going to introduce our characters. Let's
That's
move on
correct.
to
So,
Rob.
I actually have an important question because you brought up the overlay. Have you figured out which cathedral it is yet?
It is the Canterbury.
We're positive?
Yeah.
Okay,
I found
it's the Canterbury.
I found a related screenshot off of somebody's Flickr account that's just at the angle. Just nobody takes a picture of like this angle where
Amazing.
it's at. They take the picture of all the bosses with the shields.
But there's like 400 different cathedrals.
No,
that
it's
have
definitely the
that
Canterbury
ribbon
because I
that have those
caught it.
flowers.
Yeah, but what
I
about
caught
the
one
faces?
of the faces on the side.
And
And I
the
lined it
supports
up
that
with
look like
Use
ribs.
facial
recognition.
I use machine learning and facial recognition to
So
figure it
this
out.
is Rob. He's our tech wizard.
Yep. So I'm Rob, Firemancer804. I do tech on the channel, and I play on Ghost in the Machine and any of the other games we run usually.
All our
So-
fancy bot work on Wednesday
Yep.
for our charity stream.
That's
Was-
me. I typed all of that in as the bot.
He just is our bot.
We hook him up to the Matrix.
Why do you think those exclamation points kept working every time I added them?
I need to
Every
add the brunch
exclamation
one.
point was to get Rob's attention.
That's right.
It
Wake them
shocks
up.
him.
Yeah,
with
it
the
shocks
cow-
him, yeah.
cow run.
Brings him up. To our least attractive and most disappointing member, Chase.
Oh, I was going to
I thought he was going to introduce me.
Hi, my name is Chase. I can be found on Twitter, Chase314 spelled backwards.
So original.
I shitpost on Instagram and Reddit quite a bit with memes. So if you've seen a Dice Priori meme, it was mine. And starting next week for 5 weeks, I'm going to be running Cold Suns, which is my own kind of bastardized brainchild using the age system. Yeah.
Last but certainly not least, obviously, because Chase is the worst.
That's right. So there's nowhere to go but up from there.
That's right.
That's not a high bar to set.
Just don't trip over
Listen,
it.
none of us have very high bars.
I'm glad I made yours with the least amount of tequila.
Well, yeah, because he's gonna have 8. Have you met him?
I don't
He's
have that
already
many
eaten
strawberries.
2 bowls of snacks.
Anyway, my name's Liz. I wander the internet. You can find me at this Know When You Know backwards. So just read my name backwards.
It's also right below you.
Oh, hey, look at that.
You can't see it in real life.
I know. My lap is empty here.
Soon we'll have VR headsets, and then we'll be like...
Yeah, it'll be great.
Then we'll all
Person.
permanently leave the gray.
I usually don't have anything clever to say, but I support other people and retweet their stuff constantly.
And you ran a charity stream for us a couple weeks ago.
You did.
I did run a charity stream. I run, and not that this won't be weird, but I run like the cutesy things. So Dungeons and Doggies, we did diners, drive-ins, dungeons and dives. A year ago.
Yeah.
We unfortunately did.
You still need
Guy
to kill
Fieri.
Guy Fieri.
Yep.
That
So,
greasy bastard.
watch out in a month and a half. Maybe we'll go find Guy Fieri and decide if him or Ina Garten is really the best.
Hook a deep fry.
Yeah, so I do that. I help make dinner for the group every Wednesday, and I'm around, supportive. You can come find me. It's a
Awesome.
thing.
I'll post her physical address later.
But quit it.
Well,
Jesus.
You can come find me.
Come find me. Come
Liz has
look
a gun.
at me.
Come find me.
Just swing
Let's
on
play
by.
a game together.
let's
Key to the
not.
doors under the porch mat.
Okay, so guys, we're gonna tell you right now. I keep tasers at every door, just in case. I've got
Chase
one
comes over.
right here, right here.
That's
boy.
right. Alrighty. So with no further ado, I'm stalling.
I can do more.
None of
further
us
ado.
are familiar with that setup. You
That's
know, the
right.
stalling.
The
That's
stall.
No, I'm actually ready.
Who are you, though?
Didn't I introduce myself?
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm definitely not Matthew because
That's
he's on a
right.
break.
So who are you
That's right.
today?
are you
I
today?
am the keeper of the suns. I am that which created the legacy. The past is now, and you are creating it.
I mean, you really sound like Matthew Foreman. That's his level of dramatic.
That's true. Fair.
Emma got Chase spot on. She says, "Hi, my name is Chase, and I'm here to make it fucking weird."
Emma knows me so well.
She knew you very well after like 2 sentences out of your mouth. It was
She's
all
got-
it took.
She's got good reads.
That's right, very good reads.
Let's do this one for now. So.
Emma is best librarian.
Yeah, that's right. Alrighty.
We're starting off with this track.
Yeah.
I mean, did you see any of the artwork for Invisible Suns?
I played it.
Yeah, like
I have a black cube.
it's nothing but eyeballs and tentacles and book faces and magical realism.
I almost put it. I was trying to put
AKA
tentacles in the overlay, but Matthew's like, they don't go. My god damn it.
They didn't. Not yet.
It's true. I would have had to do more work for it to work.
Give it time.
Watch
Soon
out.
everything will be tentacles.
Yeah, so we are going to just kind of follow their own little thing here.
The tentacle horde.
Yeah. So, Visley, you are currently in the gray. You've not been actualized yet. You've not been ripped from the gray. And you are just now starting to form your truest self in the light of the indigo sun. The indigo sun stands for truth. Its color is, of course, indigo. And you are about to take form in the city of Saturnine in a kind of demi-plane, or half-world, known as Fartown. But you don't exist yet. You're still in the gray. You still believe in things like linear time and other gray thoughts.
Like technology.
So, we're going to start with choosing our orders.
Oh,
There-
I don't have a pen either.
Uh-oh.
Do I need a pen or a pencil for
There's
this?
pencils in there.
Oh, there's a whole thing of pencils under the butt of
a
this
ton
pumpkin.
of pencils. We bought an unconscionable amount of pencils.
Immoral.
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 $2 at Walmart.
Profane.
There are children without pencils. Actually,
That's right. Pencil
Do
hoarding.
you want a
hoarding
gold
them
pencil
all.
or a blue pencil?
Fixing them as
does not
pencil
matter.
marker.
Blue. Yeah.
So we'll do for fun is I'll introduce each order. So this is kind of like a learn by play. We're making our characters. We're having a little fun, and then there'll be a little adventure. We're going to start with your order, your tour, which is kind of how you do your magic, Visley. There are 4 of your major orders. The first are the Vants. These are also often known as wizards, but that is a concept and a word of the gray. They learn spells and hoard them. They are part of the more prestige class of Saturnine. Do we have a Vance among us tonight, Visley? Oh.
Not I.
The proud order of the Vance with their secret spells falls into shadow. Second, among the greatest of crafters are the makers. These this unique order spends
You're the
much of their
worst.
time crafting objects, I will kill you, of power, enchanted, mundane, or otherwise. They are the crafters of the world. Do we have a maker among us, Visley? No, we do not.
Destroyers, maybe.
Next are the weavers. Magic is a fluid thing to weavers. They take threads of the actuality and weave them into special abilities. They are versatile, but they must be aware of their absences. For every power they gain, there are things they cannot touch with that power. Do we have weavers among us, Visley?
Yes.
Oh. As a Visley, or as a weaver, a first degree weaver, you will gain Master of the Loom. You can possess up to 3 ephemera.
3 ephemera.
Go ahead and hand these to Rob. Or up to...
Yeah, here you go. Thanks.
to Alexis.
Go away. Get out.
Was it Masters of the Loom with an L or Womb with a W?
Don't be profane.
I was literally asking.
Oh, Loom.
Thank you.
Weaver.
Thank you. Okay. I was just making sure.
It is Friday the 13th.
So, and if you have any questions in chat, feel free to ask. If you have any inputs or anything. You will gain 1 level of skill in codified magical knowledge, as most Visley have.
Okay.
And you will
I've
gain
never written on these character sheets before. Okay, so what do I...
skills. 1 skill, 1 rank in codified magical knowledge.
I'll just turn to my key. This is fine.
Sheet.
There's so much going on.
It's so cool. I love it.
So
much going on.
Can you give me the apostate one?
Yeah.
So this is the apostate sheet, folk. Turning your back on the path of the suns has a price.
Yeah, it does.
And there is no information contained, no direction, for you were forsaken by the light of the invisible sun.
I'm excited.
That
Freaking
fits you
amazing.
well. If you need more D10s, let me know. I've got a whole bag of them. I'm a hoarder for dice now. Dice
So it's just a
goblins.
skill, 1 level, and it's
Right.
called codified magical knowledge. That's all it is.
Right, okay. I see that.
Cool. And you will now pick 2 aggregates.
Oh, there's orders. Sorry. Good.
Is this an aggregate database?
Sure, man. Databases are probably a gray concept. They
Yeah.
have no place in the actuality.
I'm a database of all databases.
Set of all sets contains itself.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's my character concept.
In the actuality, it does.
Correct.
Okay, alright. Aggregates.
Yes, you will now choose 2 aggregates.
I'm gonna open up the package.
Yeah.
You ready for this, man?
Yeah. First opening.
So, the different threads that I can weave together, I get to choose 2 of them. There's the woods. The woods harbor both... Should I just read them all out loud, or what do you
Just the
wanna
ones that you are going to pick.
do? I don't know yet.
There's a lot.
Okay.
So you can...
Yeah, go with the woods. That's probably a good one to start with. Like, if you read it out loud.
The woods harbor both life and mystery. Qualities are nature, plants, darkness, wood, growth, mystery. Absences are sight, clarity, and death.
Mm.
I'm not entirely certain what I want yet. So, do you want to continue on, or do you want me to
Oh,
talk
we'll let
about
you
these?
just... No, that's okay. That is actually your last step for your order.
Right.
We can move on to the next order, and when you pick them, you can kind of let us know, I guess.
Sure, I'll do that.
Next are another member of the upper crust of the Visley, the kind of more in line with ruling power. We have the Goetics, demon summoners, but they can summon more than just demons. Do we have any Goetics, Visley?
We do.
We do. This one steps forward.
Mine looks like a freaking clock. Look at that.
First degree of Goetic, initiate of the mysteries. For the Goetic keep their secrets close, their order cloaked in shadow. Cloaked in shadow.
Yes.
So you are going to gain 1 level of connection with the Order of Goetica.
Okay, hold on. Connections. Familiars, values, savings, income, people I know, non-human entities I know. That's a big list. I have decided. Houses and neighborhoods. So +1.
Sure. one connection to the Order of Goetic.
I love the sheets how they encourage you not to write in lines. 'Cause
Yep.
they're circular.
Yep.
This pieces of shit.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
Monte Cook is just.
It almost makes you feel bad to write on them.
I know. So
I
I
know.
downloaded them. You can download these.
I was
They
gonna
have them
say.
for free on their website. They have all of this for free on their website.
Legal sheet,
Because they're
double-sided.
amazing.
This like drives my OCD insane because I'm like, I want to put stuff in the right
You
space, but I
possess
can't.
3 ephemera,
Nope.
Visley,
3 ephemera.
and I've given them to you now. Hand these to Liz, and do not look at them.
I have cards. I can look at them now?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, and you will gain 1 general spell, in fact, so you can, I can actually draw you one, or you can,
Just draw me a random one.
cool.
What the hell?
Nice.
pull it out here.
That's what I always say.
Put it.
Put them anywhere. People I know, possessions I carry, valuables.
Disaster waiting to happen, really.
Oh,
Like my
no.
whole
Can I
life.
balance my Fabergé egg over on the top of your box?
Do you require more space?
No, actually I don't.
Okay.
I'm just gonna make more space by breaking a window. It's fine.
Jesus Christ.
That window is a concept of the grave.
Yes, just like how property values and rent are property of the grave.
Dropped frames. or
Property is a concept of the
grave. Yeah.
Correct. Just destroying your house. Living in your walls.
Right.
Ownership.
You have
This
to
again.
push
This
all
again.
the raccoons out of the way just to get in there.
I'm using an X-Acto knife on my thumb. Hope that's correct.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry, Matt. Blood is a
At least you're not
concept of the
drinking.
grave.
Knowledge comes at a terrible price, Visley.
That's true.
Alright, we're gonna draw you a general spell.
Maybe if you're lucky, you'll get an admiral
I'm
spell.
hedging a fun chat, sorry. I think I have an idea. I've narrowed it down, I think. So I'm thinking about. I'm pretty sure I want to use freedom. Freedom. Freedom is the movement and joy we seek when our shackles are finally gone. Qualities are escape, movement, destruction, joy, distance, and sight. Absences are imprisonment, despair, and structure. I think that fits with what I'm going for.
Perfect.
Wind and the woods I'm also considering. I'll read wind since I've already read the woods. Wind is the breath of the world, moving and touching all things. Qualities are speed, grace, speech, breath, invisibility, and weather. Absences are flame, stone, and defense.
Hello, how are you? That's my alarm, folks. Oh no, it's gonna, VOD's muted.
Yeah.
Christ.
We're immediately
As long as
taking
it's
down.
less than 10 seconds.
I think we're okay.
Channel's deleted. folks.
DMCA takedown notice.
Yes. They're gonna take us for everything we're worth.
Claimed all our
This is your general spell, Bisley. Enjoy.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
look at it, Chase.
Thank you. My hand at the straw.
Yay!
Fireball?
Yes! A spell for every occasion.
So, speak. You gain also, Liz, Goetic there. You will speak with spirits. You can speak, read, write in the language of any but the most obscure spiritual entities.
Yes.
So, speak with spirits.
Speaking
And
with
is that a
spirits,
skill
yeah.
or
It's
is it
a
possession?
it's a part of your order. It's a quality kind of thing. You can also create a protective circle.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
And you can summon a being of up to level 3.
Nice.
Very cool.
Alright. And that completes your order. Last are those who have turned their back on the path of the suns, but still somehow pull from the power of the invisible sun, the apostates. Do we have apostates among us?
Oh boy, howdy.
How's it going?
Why do the guys both choose apostates?
You're just gonna walk up to. You're gonna be the bard of the group. You're gonna walk up to.
No,
everybody.
I'm not.
Definitely not.
I'm not the part of
Definitely
the
not.
group.
How
If
you
there's a
do
bard, it's probably me.
Well, I was just thinking.
Surprising.
Surprising literally no one.
Apostate.
I can look at him, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But just as being a creature of pure chaos at the moment, just walking up to pretty
You
much
have.
anything and saying, how you doing?
How you doing?
No
Okay.
other words, just how you doing.
Maybe. We'll
You
see.
possess and gain 3 ephemera, which I've just handed you. These are one-time use powers that will leave you.
Incantations are ephemera too?
Sorry. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
There's object ephemera and incantations.
Nice.
You have 1 level of magical lore in your skills. Where that skill falls is entirely up to you, Vizlay.
What skills are there?
well, we haven't gotten there yet. We're just
Okay.
gonna get your...
1 level.
I have
that
You have
looks
one
right.
level. One level of
That
magical lore.
That looks like the right spot, I guess.
Yep.
What you gave me.
Mm-hmm.
I am the worst of the characters to have been given this.
That's exciting for me. I don't know what I gave you, so. You gain 2 general spells. Rob, you already picked yours out.
I did.
No.
Chase, I've shared both the key and the searchable text, or I can hand you 2 random ones. It's up to you. You can take your time and search, or I can hand you 2 general ones.
This
Yeah, let me
looks like
take.
a spell
Let me look.
Okay. You will gain 3 additional bene on your sorcery. So for your sorcery, started at 3. That is a stat. There's
Okay.
roughly 6 or 7 stats.
6 or 7 or 5.
Got it.
I don't know where.
And by the way, hello to everyone who's joining tonight. It's really great to see all the
Yes.
familiar faces.
We're really
Any
excited
new
to have
faces?
everyone
Hello.
here.
So how many bene was that? Sorry.
You will gain with 3, an additional 3
Okay.
bene,
Let's do-
and that will be on your sorcery pool specifically.
Oh. Yeah, bene are the like little cubes or whatever.
They're points,
Something
yeah. They're points in a pool that are spent for additional bonuses, 1 at a time at first.
There are no coincidences in the actuality map.
There are no coincidences in the actual.
These ephemera.
Coincidences are a concept of the gray.
That's correct.
That's where that belonged. Right there.
Not in the gray.
This is
Um,
amazing.
Testament rejection, apostates. You can reject the idea of the Testament of the Sons. So whenever I play a Sooth card, you can choose to accept it or ignore it.
The Sooth card?
Yeah, the Sooth card whenever I play one.
We'll get into that.
When we start play, I will play the first one.
They kind of affect how everything's going. They're like,
Yeah, and we'll cover that in a little bit. But yeah, basically you
cool.
can be like, none for me, thank you.
No
which
thanks.
is nice.
thanks.
because
Really good,
sometimes-
actually, yeah.
Sometimes they can really fuck up your day.
And you also gain the ability, it's an action, Counterspell. Which is basically like a Dispel magic. It's not to be confused with like any kind of reaction-based thing. Of course, Dungeons & Dragons is a game of the gray.
That's right.
Cool.
Doesn't exist here.
And you can just, and that will unravel an effect of up to level 2.
Awesome. Ready?
Mm-hmm. And then the next step is interesting. You get one new apostate. Oh, you get 2 apostate abilities when you start your character.
Oh.
So you can either have an additional ephemera and increase your capacity for having those ephemera. You can increase your effectiveness with counterspell like by a step. You can become a combative caster, which increases your damage. You can learn 2 more spells. Yeah, general spells. And you cannot select that one. You can become a street magician, which is you gain more skills like lying, sleight of hand, stealth, or searching. You can get better at attacking with weapons. You can become more defensive against weapons with Haven of Magic. We gain a 1-level skill. Yeah. And those are it. So you can either more ephemera, improve your counterspell, inflict more damage with spells, learn 2 extra general spells, become a street magician, get better with weapons, or improve your defenses.
You can do 2 of those?
2 of those, yeah.
I will do the ephemera.
Yeah.
And
So,
I will increase my counterspell.
all right. Object or incantation, Visley?
Incantation.
Fun.
So you can now possess up to 4, and I gave you one.
Yes.
And
in the
the other one was
actuality.
improved counterspell, so up your counterspell to up to level 3.
Very
3 or
nice.
4?
3.
I was going to take 2 extra spells and the counter spell.
Okay, so up your counterspell to 3, and you can select your own 2 general spells if you wish.
Gotcha.
The Way is the one with the list of the names of spells. So what I'll do for you,
Thank
can
you.
find the Endless Grimoire, the general spells,
Thank you.
and then use the searchable text function to
Perfect.
on the it's a Word file I just shared on Google Drive.
Got it. I have it open. I was just
Perfect.
there's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
in it, so I'm sorting through.
But yeah, probably better done on the tablet. So, with no further ado, that completes our order. The next Visley is your heart.
Yes.
And what does the key tell us of hearts? Well, it says that heart determines your starting stat values. That's not so poetic. Hold on, let me find the poetry. There we go. Heart is the very basis of your character. That's better. Order defines you, forte distinguish you, but heart is your purest, truest self. It is not, however, your secret soul, which you should protect with your life. Heart is more open and more overt. Souls are secret. Heart suggests your basic nature. Among your hearts, there is the gallant, precise with power. Your heart burns with an eternal flame that cannot be quenched. Other common words for the gallant are acrobats, athletes, explorers, commanders, spies, thieves, martial artists, swashbucklers, and fencers. They gain skills like stealthy, quick, daring, charming, acrobatics, balance, climbing, disguise, lockpicking. So kind of bard rogue-ish. Do we have a gallant among us, Visley?
We do.
We do. So, you will start with 9 points in certs.
There was a request to see my socks.
Oh, I thought we were turning. I thought we were taking a hard shift in this.
Not on this side of the table. Keep your pants on.
That precludes that they're already on.
Boy, howdy. Oh yeah, those are the okay. So.
I was like, wiggle your feet in the air. It's fine.
Oh Jesus.
So I did.
She is a mod, isn't she? So I guess we're
Yes,
fine.
she is a mod.
So you'll have 9 points in your certs and 8 points in your qualia.
Okay.
To spread.
I have a quick question for you, Matthew.
Spread.
Sorry, is there a specific level, or can you take?
So
spells
you
anywhere?
shouldn't take more than probably for a beginning character. I'd say no more than 6 at the absolute most. You cannot take a spell for which you don't have sorcery to cast.
Okay.
So 3 to 5 is the safe zone because you should at least have 5 sorcery when you start.
Sweet.
Qualia. So certs. So there's a question in the chat, and please feel free to ask questions. And if we see a question, point them out. So certs and qualia. Certs are like what in Gray thinking would be a physical stat. Physicality, perception, movement. You know, things that your flesh, meat, space, body can perform. Qualia is how you is your abilities with magic, sorcery, sortilege, intellect, and interaction. So kind of physical versus mental. So this is a slightly more biased. This is a versatile heart with a bias towards physicality. Choose 2 skills from the list, and you have your key.
So it says. So hang on.
Yeah.
So I start with 9 cert.
Yeah, 9
And-
certs and 8 qualia.
I don't know why I heard 8 and 6.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay. 9 and 8. Alright. And then it says you have 6 points to divine among them as you wish, right?
Correct. And yeah, yep. 6
Okay.
divide among them as you wish. So 9 certs, 8 qualia, and 6 freebie points.
I'm just going to put the 6 over here and I will distribute them as I wish later.
Cool. And you have your 2 skills there. You can, whenever you pick them, you can announce that to the stream if you want. Wish.
Sure.
Be sure to write down your card family, your animal, and your object.
Will do.
Next, Visley, we have the steadfast and sturdy, also known as the stoic. Your heart is unmoved like a mountain and strong like a boulder. Stone is slow and steadfast. Other names for this are thinkers, philosophers, scholars, leaders, planners, architects, builders, and masterminds. They are often described as being calm, careful, thoughtful, stolid. Is that a word? Stolid?
Sure, it is now.
Like,
Yeah.
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 Sounds right.
And dependable. They have skills such as crafting, geography, magical lore, medicine, memorization, withstand, and seeing through deception. Do we have a stoic among us? We do, Visley.
That makes sense.
You have 7 points in certs, 10 points in qualia. So 7 certs,
7 certs,
10 qualia, and 6 freebies.
Where
I've
are we
never heard that
supposed
word.
to be writing down our card, animal, and object under heart relationships?
Yeah, I would feel like it would go under heart relationship.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
right
okay,
here
okay.
under heart relationships.
Stop it.
Not having any guidance. I love it.
It's amazing.
We'll
I'm
be putting-
already moving stuff around because I put it in the wrong spot.
I love that these two chose the apostates because they're the IT guys.
Yep. Anyway,
They're like, where's the data, Matt?
I haven't shown mine yet, but this is what the Weaver sheet
Yes.
is like.
Where's the guidance?
It's very,
Where's my documentation?
it's very flowy,
Yes.
thread-like, and I love it.
Beautiful.
I love it.
Card family is mysteries. Animal is the rat, and object is the mirror. So mysteries, rat, and mirror. See, Alex says they haven't done a lot of physical stuff as the sun burns, but when Henrietta, who I always call Henrietta because I often forget her real name, whenever Alphabet Seed/Henrietta was in chat, she said she was surprised at how much magic we use in Visley in another stream. And she was like, we use guns and swords and stuff, so that's interesting. Alex thinks they don't do a lot of physical stuff. It's interesting. So, I love watching Rob like disintegrate over his sheet.
It's amazing.
I don't know why he didn't choose Vance because
Yeah.
you've been so irritated with everything that I can't imagine that this sheet is helping.
Apostate is cool.
I'm
It
excited.
is. It is.
I think it's great. I love your struggle right now. I love it. I love everything
I will
about
figure
this.
this out.
So 7 certs and 10 qualia. Do you
I
have
got
that?
it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I wrote
So
it all
do
down
you
on
have
the
your
front.
key open? You have your key open? That's
Yeah.
good. Thank you.
I do.
So, we have here an empath before us. Your heart is always in motion. You are moved by the hearts of others, and you moved others' hearts. You're expressive and empathetic. Orators, diplomats, teachers, politicians, priests, and con artists. Described as empathic, gregarious, nurturing, compassionate, perceptive. Do we have an empath among us, Miss Lynn?
We do.
We do. You will have 8 certs and 9 qualia.
8 certs and
Yep.
9 qualia.
Yep. And 6 freebie points to spread among those as you wish. Does that make sense? To you, whatever.
Yes, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna split immediately. So that puts me at 11
Nice.
and 12.
Sure. And then you have your key open to see your skills such as deception, disguise, oratory, persuasion, religious lore. We can go over them.
This is
I
the
did,
rock spot.
just read that list one more time.
Deception,
Rob! Oh
disguise, oratory,
Doesn't work.
persuasion, religious lore, resist, searching, seeing through deception, understanding people's motives. You get 2 of them.
Oh, I get 2 of them.
Yeah,
Seeing through the deception
sure.
and
Maybe persuasion, if you or.
through deception,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm sure has a description somewhere. It sounds pretty.
Nope.
No, that's not a heart relationship.
Not so much.
Not as such.
That is not a heart relationship. What is that?
It's a skill.
It's a skill. Seeing through deception. More circle writing.
Gregarious means like a friendly, talkative, approachable kind of thing. It's like when you talk a lot. Someone
Yeah.
asked in chat.
It does. Seeing through deception. I'm thinking persuasion or religious lore.
Yeah, I would recommend persuasion.
Would religious lore help me with demons?
It would. It depends on your approach. Do you plan on talking to them or offering them things?
Let's do persuasion.
And persuasion will help you honestly talking to them, not deceiving them. Last but certainly not least, we have the raw power and the untamable, the ardent. Your heart is filled with passion, love, rage, and are your fuel. Without warning, you strike. Volatile, passionate, strong-willed, strong-hearted. Do we have an ardent among us? Are you torn between ardent and stoic? So, the skill, that's a certs bias. It's a physically bias. Skills are like balance, breaking objects, climbing. Also known as knights, heroes, rescue workers, killers, and warriors.
I'm a stoic.
Yes, you are. You just let it pass you right up.
I was listening and I wanted to hear them all.
Page,
Oh, we played the same character.
oh, you don't have a key. So,
I'm ready to write down on my stoic
seven, sir. The apostate cheat is the biggest,
funny?
it's the biggest troll on the planet.
I
I'm
love
ready.
Weaver, but I almost went apostate for this character.
Yeah.
It would have been 3 apostates.
So your
Crazy.
skill, 7 in your certs and 10 in your qualia, and 6 to spend as you would.
7 in certs.
Yep, and 10 in qualia.
Qualia?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, look. Oh, because the cert is like a stat, right?
Yes. Well, it's
love you.
it's the category of stats, so it'll contain. There'll be 6 or 7 stats.
You'd think there's enough boxes up there,
They're
but there's
not.
not.
There's
There's
not.
1, 2,
No.
3,
And
4,
then
5,
you have
6,
6 points
7,
to
8.
spread out.
There's
as
8
you
stats.
wish.
7 certs, 6 qualia,
No, 7 cert, 10 qualia.
10
You
qualia,
have
Yeah.
6
6
to
freebies.
spread as
Yep.
you wish.
and 6 freebies.
Yep. Skills, crafting. You can pick 2 of these: crafting, geography, history, magical lore, medicine, memorization, repairing, searching, seeing through deception, withstand.
What's withstand?
It's a defensive skill against certain attacks.
And then there was one called memory.
Memorization, yep.
So I have a question about my skills, Matthew.
Yeah.
Got it.
So the aggregates I chose are freedom and wind.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of escape, movement, speed, grace,
Mm-hmm.
invisibility, that sort of thing on there, on those. So my thinking is things like acrobatics and jumping and things like that might be a little redundant to be skills.
Yeah, so think of it in terms of resource. Do you want
Right,
to...
exactly.
What do you want to use your magic for?
Right.
And what do you want to use your skills for? You can
So
either
I was-
specialize or versatilize.
So I was thinking, maybe, lock picking.
That could be fun.
And, I'm a little torn between pickpocketing, searching, and stealth.
Searching and lockpicking could be a lot of fun. I feel like stealth,
I think on stealth
you'll have shadow.
magical
You can probably
abilities
do
to
temporary
do things like that.
invisibility.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Invisibility is literally one of the qualities of wind.
So there you go.
I think I'll go with searching. My only other thing is I might go with dodge. Dodge is the defense, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And those are often
Those are-
overlooked, but they can be very important.
Yeah, they can be.
Yeah. But you can also use magic to enhance your defenses, but you'll get tapped pretty quickly. Hey, Tomster.
Hi, Tomster. I'll write the 3 down, and then I'll get rid of 1. Or, well,
And remember,
we're gonna pick a shadow skill. So
we can always retcon things and change things
Right,
around for
right.
the first little while.
Got it.
So don't stress.
definitely lockpick.
Does everyone get on their
Definitely
heart
happening.
for now, Bisley?
Sure.
Cool.
Chase, did you get down your card family, your animal, and your object?
Let's get you.
Mysteries.
Did you get that to me?
Oh, I thought you had your thing open. You were an empath?
Empath? Yeah.
Vision, Swan, and Blade.
And stoic is mysteries, rat, and mirror.
I'm a virus.
You are a virus.
Christ, you and your mirrors.
Oh, thank you for asking the question again. Are they going to pick the mementos tonight? I think that'd be appropriate. I think so. What do we think of the table, and what do we? Well, we'll ask the table. But what does chat think about shadow mementos? Emma, maybe you can tell them what shadow mementos are, and see what chat thinks.
There we go.
Putting them to work.
That's right.
Hey, if they're gonna disrupt us, no, I'm kidding.
That's
They
right.
love you.
Cool. So do we feel good about our parts.
I don't know what any of the skills are to separate out or anything, but at some point I'm guessing that will come up. Or is that in the key? Because she was talking about like picking locks and stuff. I don't.
Those are her skills. Those are your skills.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like you pick from a list and put points in. Like that determines your skills. Good luck. Those are what you get.
Okay. Good deal.
You're thinking that
In the gray.
You're suffering from gray thinking right now.
That's fine.
And this is a very much a system where it's like I encounter a problem, I cast a spell. So you don't have to worry too much about certain
Is
things.
Forte next?
Forte is next.
Yay.
Is everyone okay? Are we all good? You're kind of
You need
searching
anything,
for.
Rob?
Yeah, I've got.
Oh, you don't have your tablet with you?
No.
Okay.
How many? I chose 2 extra spells, and I think I got 2.
So you have 4 general spells.
Perfect.
Okay.
I think I've
So we have an answer on what. So shadow mementos is an object or item left over from your time in the gray, similar to your shadow skill but in tangible form.
Yes, we'll do shadow skills in a little while.
And it always works even if it has no reason to. So like you could totally take an iPhone and still get internet access.
Correct.
Even though there's no internet or like technology in
Correct. In the
Invisible
actuality.
Sun in the actuality.
But there is the new sphere, which connects all minds.
As small as
That's
a
right.
thimble or as large as a card. That is a large range of.
Correct.
That's right.
A shadow memento is something that connects you to the gray. Dangerous to lean into, for the gray likes to reclaim Visley every now and then with shadow sickness.
Uh-oh.
Bum, bum, bum.
So glad you're having a good time.
I really am.
Forte, your tool, is... So we've discussed a bit... What the hell? Where's the narrative? So your forte is what makes you unique. It separates you, it distinguishes you from one another, more so than any other thing you will probably choose, other than perhaps your secret soul.
Hi, Psychotic Monk.
Hey, Psychotic Monk, which keeps you safe, but it must be maintained as a secret.
Keep it secret. Keep it
So,
safe.
That's right.
what fortes do we have among us? I think everyone's picked theirs. So do we want to chat
I'm
what those are?
torn between 2 of them.
Okay, we'll take you for last.
I swear, if you pick the same one as me.
I'll let them go first.
Or should we go with yours first so that we can help you decide?
How do you
Which
want
do
to
you
play that,
want?
Liz?
It makes no difference to me. I think it'll be fun either way.
Okay, so what are the 2 you're torn between?
Okay, so going with Goetic,
Yeah.
hosts a legion.
Not that one.
And
Well,
not that one.
We already have a
He's
legion.
hosts a legion.
So I'm doing host of Legion.
Path of the Suns.
Ooh.
Path of the Suns.
Path of the Suns is
Because so when I was
Oh.
reading
Path of
the
the Suns is
primer
cool.
that you sent
Walks
us,
the Path of the Suns.
and who made that primer? Dan.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Um,
right. We're using resources provided to us by Dan at VariantRoles. Thank you, Dan.
Yeah. And we're
so-
living in the shared actuality.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that primer there was like a
Sharing is
optional character creation that was like, how do you view the world?
Yeah.
And it was like explorer, builder, maker, and
Yeah.
there was another thing like,
Your role-playing style. kind of.
yeah. And so I had written down explorer. So here we are. And so if I can't host a legion and be a demon summoner full of demons,
Oh boy, howdy.
I mean,
Walks the path of the sun. Let's
Yeah.
look at it. So, path of the sun. You're smart. You don't need to have me stress how the path of the sun holds. I can't read. How the path of the sun holds an utterly vital significance to the very foundations of the actuality.
would you like me to read it?
Yeah, go for it.
there we go.
How the primary currents of magic itself flow through the path like water through a clear channel. And if you want me to stop at some point, just let me know.
Sure.
Because I don't know.
Whatever you feel like is explanatory.
Nevertheless, some people understand the significance of the path even more deeply. Pathwalkers are special Visley who truly understand the significance of the Path of Suns. We understand that it is a map of reality as well as a map of the human soul, as within, so without. I am Wanderlust incarnate. I want to see literally everything, and if that seems impossible to you, if anything seems impossible to you, then you don't understand the power of the Path of Suns as much as you think you do. Each sun offers a special gift to the Pathwalker. We embrace each sun's nature and attempt to be true to its soul. We take our name very seriously and literally walk the path of the suns as we are able. Thus, we are travelers and explorers. We can be your guide if you wish, but you must be ready, for we will take you places you've never dreamed.
Perfect. And your beginning ability is called Silver Creation.
It surely is. So with a flash of silvery light, I create one simple inanimate object that I can hold in my hands, like a weapon, a tool, or an item of clothing. I don't know where I put that.
It's a forte ability. You could put it with.
There's a forte skill box.
Yeah, circle.
Forte abilities.
There you go. Silver creation. Perfect.
Found it.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's fun for me to say mine next.
Yeah, go for it.
Because
Yes.
mine is pretty much inverse.
Oh, surprise, surprise. Liz and Alexis are playing opposite characters.
I am on the very next page.
Yeah.
Wanders in delirium. So, life is nothing but a dream. Cause and effect are illusions. Nothing really matters. I wander about the world, but I am not a part of the world. It is too strange and too distant and too other. I have long since stopped trying to assign meaning to make sense of anything. But I can still enjoy existence, even if it is a farce. I can love, I can laugh, I can experience the wonder of the dream that I walk through. It doesn't need meaning to be entertaining. It doesn't need meaning to be entertaining or pleasant. I like it this way. My delirium protects me. My madness shelters me from those who might do me harm. Other people of the world cannot deal with direct contact with my mind or even my presence, but that's fine. What does it really matter anyway?
Goodness gracious.
The path of the suns is meaningless.
Great. Your first ability is Psychic Protection. What does that look like?
Psychic protection. Woo. Has no cost. And my mind is difficult to connect with. I always add +1 to my resistance to mental effects. It's not an action. The color is invisible.
Perfect. Yeah.
Forte ability is oh wait, that's it.
That's it. Yeah, that's your Forte ability. Yep, you're good. And we won't worry about paths to joys and despair, but we'll talk about that maybe at the end, about advancement. But basically, there are two ways to advance: things that make you happy and things that make you sad. You need both of them to advance, and they help you in certain ways. You combine them, or you just use your despair to grow stronger. You usually only get one or the other in a given session. At first, you usually get one of both. So.
So my appearance talks about dream wanderers typically dress. So dream wanderers are what they call me.
Yeah.
Typically dress themselves and comport themselves strangely. Outlandish, mismatched clothing, strange colors, odd accessories are just the beginning. Hence
Good Lord.
all of this.
Your Cheshire Cat outfit.
Don't let her fool you. This is how she dresses normally.
Correct.
She's at home.
Those are her pajamas.
Correct.
So the Pathwalker appearance says that you carry around amulets.
Nice.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's perfect.
Small world.
There are no coincidences in the actuality.
That is correct. Who among us will go next, Vizlay?
I guess I'll do mine since Jason's
Yeah.
still looking. It's spells. So I am host a legion. So
Do you have the description?
I do.
Go for it.
I contain multitudes. I am possessed not by one demon, but by many. They work with me because of my success, and well-being are theirs. Thus I is actually we. Most people do not understand the possessed. They brand us as maniacs. They think us servants of evil. What they don't see is that we are not servants, but partners. The demons within us, within the possessed, do not necessarily force them to be dark crusaders, although it would be a lie to say that demons don't occasionally suggest courses of action that one would never call good.
And do we want to tell them what you truly host? Or shall we just let them know?
We'll just let that come out. So it might not be
Yes.
demons-ish.
Yeah, it's not... Well, not all
Kind
of
of.
them.
Not all of them.
So,
Some
we do in fact host a Legion Vizlay. So, your first ability, Strength of Demons, or Strength of your Legion in this case. The demons enhance your body so that they do not utterly burn you out. You will add 4+ to your certs pool. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's why we're looking at it.
Plus the apostate.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Lots of bonuses. I actually love Host Legion. I think I would do it because I just love the idea of always saying we.
I like how Terran was Host of Legion and Goetic.
Sweets, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about Goetic.
Well, that's why I was looking at Host of Legions with Goetic, because, what's more poetic than a demon
Goetic
full of demons?
I was thinking it too, to be real.
Last but certainly not least, Visley, what is your forte? What makes you so special?
Oh, I warp time and space for space and time.
You do. I can hand you the book so that you may read it.
Yes, please.
Page 132.
Yeah, it's right there pretty much at the end.
Yep.
Saving the best for last.
You bet, Vanessa.
Warps time
She
and
was pretty.
space.
That gave her value.
No power is greater than mine, as my power shapes existence itself. Warp masters manipulate time and space. I see concepts like time and distance not as absolutes, but as mediums in which to work. I can make space where none existed, or foreshorten space so that I can move vast distances instantly. I slow down and even stop the flow of time. With my abilities, I can make fundamental forces of the universe dance at my whim.
Yes, for in the gray we observe time as being linear, but in the actuality we began to understand that is not true. For we are living in the past, and the point of creation is in the future, and we are actively constructing the legacy.
That is true. Should I read the
Yeah,
powers?
your ability, yeah.
So when I read down to... I'm guessing I go all the way down to just the powers? Or forte abilities. I have access to the following abilities. What was the one where you were talking about like pluses to certs and stuff? Would that have been up in this part, or was that?
It's just your first ability. So look at your little chart over there. What's on top? What's it called?
No space.
That's the one you get for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
No space. I make a container that is bigger on the inside. Regardless of the container, the inside is now approximately a cube of 5 feet to a side. The limit of what I can put is likely determined by the size of the opening. Lasts until the sun next rises.
So you can create like a temporary bag of holding sort of thing. Well,
Gotcha.
Space.
What happens
Cool.
when the sun rises? This is all just...
We'll find out.
I can spend 2 sorcery to extend it another day.
There you go.
You get to eat and buy the bag.
So, next, I think what we're going to do is go to... We're going to actually skip Soul for now, because that's a secret.
Right.
And for like expedience's purposes, we're going to go over your foundation. We're going to do one basic thing for your foundation, and we'll choose that, and that'll be your concept of your house.
Should we still choose a soul?
You can if you want, yeah, but you won't be able to use it. You're not...
I don't have one of those.
There's an option for that, just like... is there anyone here who's an established home? Has a decent income? A little bit lower in... you have a home... So let's talk about houses. Houses are very important to Visley, and we won't completely flesh them out and everything, but we'll kind of get you the basic idea. So does anyone have a home here that is your own and are connected to others? Like just like a proper Visley house. Does anyone see that for themselves?
No.
Okay.
How does,
And then we'll have the itinerant. You have no permanent domicile, but you do have connections to others in Sattery. So you might be like you're kind of well liked, maybe perhaps a socialite, and you crash on people's couches. Okay, so your income is 40 crystal orbs.
Hold, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Income 40 crystal orbs.
Yep. Your initial savings, your starting orbs is 120.
Okay.
You have 15 hidden knowledge.
Where do I put that?
I don't know, probably on the front maybe, I'm not sure. A couch surfer, yeah, that's how I picture him too, Alex.
I would say under valuables somewhere, probably.
There's a valuables tab?
I have
Yeah,
valuables, income, and savings right in the same little area.
For hidden knowledge, you could look at it that way, yeah.
yeah, so do I.
Important
It is
possession?
basically a currency.
So it was what, 15 hidden knowledge?
Yeah, so you got a medium amount of hidden knowledge, a pretty decent amount.
Yeah.
Hidden knowledge is once spent hidden knowledge is something you can just declare and say, I have hidden knowledge about this, and you get a +1. but it
Nice.
doesn't get refreshed.
Okay.
So you can start with one level in either disguising, surviving, or sneaking.
And those are skills?
Yep.
So what were those one more time?
Disguising, surviving, or sneaking.
Let's do surviving.
Sounds fun. You're a couch surfer after all.
Across the realms.
That's awesome. Do you have the key?
I do. Here you
Are
go.
you done with it? Or?
I am done with it.
Perfect. Or the way. I'm sorry, the way.
The way.
And you are going to start, Visley, with a secret or a spell of level 2 or lower. A secret is like a kind of like a similar to like a feat. It augments your character in an interesting way, and I can let you peruse the secrets if you wish.
Charles. The worst.
So in spells, I don't have any of the spell. I don't have any sorcery points. So spells.
You'll lot them later. You will have sorcery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
if you want to like just peruse the secrets and find a
what
level
page
2.
is it on?
Oh, page 85.
Then I will look at page 85.
And you can let me know later. You can have this.
Cool.
It's yours to keep.
It's mine now.
And that will complete your foundation. Nick, is anyone else a couch surfer? Okay. Next, we have the connected. You have ties to one or more significant people in groups in Saturnine. Is there anyone who feels that? You're kind of a connected person?
Maybe. I want to hear them all before
Okay,
I choose.
Eremitic. You are aloof and have few ties to other. You have a house, but you are still aloof and has a few ties to others. Mendicant. You have no permanent domicile, few no connections to others. So you're not a couch surfer. You're a loner, a hermit. You are broke.
That would be.
That is
Is that you?
Yeah.
Okay. You have no income.
Cool.
You
No need to
have-
write it down. No
you have
need to
10
find the box.
But you do have 10 crystal orbs to your name.
I'm a little torn between Aromatic and another, so we'll get to me later.
Cool. Hermetic. You're a mendicant. You have no house. You have no connections. You will start with 20 hidden knowledge.
Chad.
Emma says, "Hi, my name is Chase, and I am here to not only make it weird, but also fill the silence with noises that we, as a society, do not like."
Drag,
Thanks, I hate it.
drag him, Emma.
Emma is the best librarian. The librarian meeting.
And so I need to pick a secret. Sorry to interrupt whatever.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Okay, and that's in the key.
The Way, page 85.
Okay. There was problem number 1. I figured it out. Whoa.
This is fun. It's like old days when people used to sit around a table and make
No one
characters
said
together.
any of those words, Chase.
I've been looking at all the different colors of these spells.
Oh,
So, Mendicant, Visley, you get one level in either disguise, survival, or stealth.
Got it.
And you start with a free secret or spell of level 3 or lower.
Perfect.
So, are you going to
I don't have a third one. I'm
Okay.
gonna go look. Yeah.
Alright, cool. And that'll be you for now. Iconoclastic. You work against others or seek to bring down one or more significant organization. Does that describe anyone?
Yeah.
Anyone feeling that? Okay.
Nope.
Stalwart. You're a devoted ally or supporter of one specific organization. I don't think. Nope. Bizarre. You have a reputation for being strange and having a very strange house.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that you?
It's either that or aromatic, because I
So,
also might just not be...
Aromatic
very much
have
of a
better
people
income.
person.
They get more hidden knowledge. They have a larger house. I think for your tattoo, you can still have a tattoo house as
be
aromatic.
aromatic.
Yeah. Yeah, you can, because it could be a unique. So you either want...
Is that the way?
Yeah, it's up to you. I can see both. Up to you.
I can kind of see
How
both,
many of
too.
these things were I supposed to pick?
2.
One starts with a little bit more
2
money.
Or 1?
Yeah, they're pretty close.
Right.
They don't get it. Neither of them get skills. based on the potential character arcs, I feel like Bizarre is better, but
Yeah.
yeah, just as like the suggested arcs, but depends on up to you.
I do like having money.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the difference real quick.
This is fun.
Yeah.
What are you going with, Chase?
I don't know. I don't know if there's more after.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh,
Bizarre
okay.
is the last
So
one.
it was connected. It was yeah.
So there's established. Let's see. hang on.
Established.
Yeah.
Itinerant, connected, eremitic, mendicant, iconoclastic.
Can I see real quick?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
And while he's reading, you can be an ant whisperer.
Correct.
I am the Ant Whisperer.
I do not want this. I hate ants, however.
I think I might go Bizarre.
Yeah, I would think that's more appropriate.
It was my first instinct.
Just go with it.
Which one
Yeah.
did you do?
Think narratively.
Itinerant?
Yep.
It's a nice middle ground.
Right.
And I'm an explorer of worlds and
Just-
suns.
so
I'm going to do connected.
Yeah,
I
think about your character and who they are. And
Yeah.
what you want from them.
Yep, I think I'm going to do connected.
Okay, so connected. You have 50 crystal orbs
Oof.
of income. Your income is 50 crystal orbs.
There you go.
You have initial savings of 80 crystal orbs. You have 12 hidden knowledge.
Got it.
And you should make a space for your house and your connections.
Got it.
So you have ties to one or more significant people or groups in Santorini. You'll have to decide for yourself later when we go over it who that is.
Perfect.
That's the foundation, Bisley. I think, huh?
I'm stoked.
Yeah. We're coming down to it. So I think now we should allocate our points in our certs and qualias.
Should I have
Already
picked one secret or two? I can't remember.
One of up to level 2.
Oh, got it. Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't need to read all of these.
Nope, just the level
that
2
was
ones.
okay.
Or a level 2 spell.
They're mixed.
Yeah.
So
I think they're alphabetical, maybe.
yes.
And there's character secrets and then house secrets, so you can kind of stop when you get to the house ones. You don't have to read them.
Oh, it's just character secrets.
Yeah.
Kevin Dobby is so.
Up to level 2.
So, the skills. Where is that? Does someone want to call out the skills? I mean, those people have them, but these two do not. What are they, Rob? Not the skills, the stats.
The stats: accuracy, movement, physicality, perception,
I found them. There you go.
sorcery.
So your cert skills are accuracy,
Mm-hmm.
movement.
Do I have them?
Yeah, everyone has these. They should be written on your character sheet. It's the apostates that have to write them.
Probably in the front.
Yep. Oh, the soft table. It pokes through.
I love it.
Can I have like a thing for
No, can't reach it, I'm afraid.
What?
No. He's looking for something to ride on.
We actually don't have those all listed out.
Yeah, no, I don't have. Okay, I feel
Oh.
less dumb now. I do not have them anywhere on this sheet.
They're not actually
Okay.
all individually listed.
So then, your certs and qualia, right? So under your certs, your accuracy.
How does it feel not to know where to write stuff?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, bro. You were so they're so large. Leave so little for the rest of us.
I know you laugh at us.
Movement. So accuracy is like making physical attacks, regardless of the type of the attack, a knife, a gun, etc. Movement is swimming, balancing, jumping, running, moving.
Mm-hmm.
Physicality is how you survive damage, and is also how you do brute force things, like break locks and stuff.
Yeah.
And then perception. So those are your certs. And you'll distribute your points among those certs.
Okay.
Qualia is the second group. They're how smart, knowledgeable, and likable your character is. Sorcery is your spell casting, performing rituals, assigning hexes, and slinging spells. It's a very prominent stat in this game. If you envision your character as being pretty magically focused, you should put at least about 6 points in sorcery. 5 or 6, yeah, for starting. Interaction. Anytime your character interacts with another being, trying to persuade them, or interrogate them, or deceive them, you use your interaction pool.
Mm-hmm.
Intellect. Intellect is the power of your mind and your accumulated knowledge. Knowledge checks and the like. And then sortilege. Sortilege is a little different than the others. This is how you connect with magic in its rawest form, and it is whenever you spend from it, it adds dice, and you can add it to just almost any check.
What's it called?
Sortilege.
Sortilege.
Sortilege. Sortilege.
Got it.
I put a D in there.
The points in that pool are what's known as enhancements. They don't add bonuses, they add dice, and you can only ever spend one at first.
It's like fridge versus refrigerator. There's no D in refrigerator, but
That's
there's
right.
D in a fridge.
So,
Crazy.
the points that you were given for qualias and certs and such, you can now account for them in all your various pools. I recommend favoring sorcery. And keep in mind that sortilege can be used for just about anything. You add a dice to any kind of check you're making when you spend from sortilege. It's called an enhancement.
Okay. And then for demon summoning and shenanigans,
you're going to be doing interaction sometimes.
that's interaction. Yeah. It doesn't cost sorcery points to create a circle of protection, or...
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
But to summon a creature, it's sorcery. You will spend from sorcery to summon a creature, I do believe. Okay. Yep.
So it's both. Got it.
May have some points wrong, but I'm sticking by what I put down there.
Okay.
Interactions aren't great.
Yep, and sortilege is required to succeed against magical things. Like when you're trying to maybe fight an angel or deal with a demon, you'll have to spend from sortilege. So sorcery, sortilege, and interaction are primary for you, kind of. That's a good way to think of it.
So sorcery, sortilege, and interaction.
Okay. In your quality pool, yep.
And how do we divide them? Equally, or?
However you have a certain
wish,
amount
right?
of points, and you spend them accordingly.
Cool.
Yep.
If I have mine, should I read them all?
Sure. You've already set
Other
them.
people? Yeah, I set them when you told me what the numbers were. So I have 3 accuracy, 2 movement, 2 physicality, 2 perception, 7 sorcery, 2 interaction, 4 intellect, and 4 sortilege. Somewhat well balanced, but
Yeah.
Was there anything else that added to qualia besides just at the beginning?
Nope. It depends on the things you pick along the way.
we
whether or not
have
you
the
get-
+3 sorcery because we're
You
plus
do.
8.
I remember that one.
Yep, and you had that on your base.
Yes, it did.
Then you're good.
Okay, so just 10 qualia to start from a +8.
10. Yep, and you have your 6 freebie points.
Oh, that's what that says. I couldn't read it. It said treebies.
Wow.
You broke it. you did this.
Oh, that's where secrets goes.
It was secret. It was hidden.
Do I share this secret with anyone?
Your secrets are in fact secret. That not your secret soul, just a secret. You're welcome to.
I picked my secret soul too.
Do not share that with
I
anyone.
will not.
Alright. So I picked the
It's a good one.
sight, which is level 2. You can sense whether a creature within short range is a Vizsla, a demon, or other magical entity, but you do not immediately know which. I see the glow around her. You can also identify a thought form as such.
Yep. Thought forms are like they're creatures made of thought that perform rudimentary functions.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think I got it.
And then, or other magical entity.
Did we have any questions from chat that didn't get answered? You can ask them again if so. I scrolled up and didn't see any.
Including thought.
I'm excited.
I might tweak the way I have mine spread out later.
Okay,
I
let
don't
me
Yeah,
give this
you can
to
revise
see how it
whomever
feels
needs it.
after we play through a little bit.
And then I need to assign pointage.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like mine. These are the dice that
Yeah.
come with Invisible Sun.
Yeah, I saw those in Those are really cool.
I'm excited.
Perfect. I got mine done.
Perfect.
Okay.
We won't worry about character arcs. You can pick those kind of after the fact unless... Yeah, we won't worry about character arcs. Because I'm basically just going to give one joy and one despair at the end of the session, no matter what happens.
Store choices.
I have a question.
Yeah, what up?
Is a gun and a bullet two separate inanimate objects?
That's a good question. Yes, they would be. But if you summoned a gun, we would assume it would come with ammo. I feel like. This isn't the kind of game where we care
Who needs
about.
intellect?
That's ammunition is a concept of the gray.
Right.
And then survive a bit. So the surviving skill that I have,
Yeah.
would that be physicality, intellect, or else?
So skills will apply. So whenever we're going to go to roll anything, we're going to start with your stat pools and decide what to spend.
Okay.
From a single stat pool. You're going to decide whether or not you want to add sortilege, another dice to increase your chances, and add magic to the mix. And then you're going to go over to your skills and decide if any of them. We're going to decide if any of them apply together. So it's like, hey, I'm trying to convince this demon to do this thing. That's persuasion and or that's interaction and persuasion, not interaction survival. So skills stack on top of your base roll. They just add your +1 when it applies.
And then what's like an average intellect?
Well, I would say 2 maybe. But these are pools you spend from. They're not bonuses that you'll add. So it's more about longevity than raw power. The more points you put in.
Got it.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Yeah.
You said average is about 2?
Yeah, I'm making that up to be honest.
Okay. We'll see.
Yeah.
I think it's okay how I've got mine sorted.
Your characters start off a little on the meeker side, but they grow very quickly in power.
And I don't have anything listed down as skills.
Okay, so remember when we went over certain things?
Yeah, are those like the plus to magical lore?
That's your skills.
Those are skills. Okay.
Yeah, stealth, disguise, burglary, magical knowledge, history. You chose memorization and something else.
Right.
Yeah, so I just wrote down like a list of the +1.
Oh, here we go.
You wrote down memorization.
Yeah, and
stuff.
history. Yeah, I just wrote down the ones that got bonuses too.
Yeah.
Got it.
Should we pick our shadow skills?
Yeah, let's handle in shadows. So, what part of the lore of the game, folks, is that your characters fled into the Gray to escape the war that happened on Saturnine and Indigo, and then you have now started to be reclaimed from the Gray to become Bisley and restore Saturnine and Indigo to order, or will live in it. Honestly, live in its city of ruins.
There's a whole notebook you could put underneath that's behind that
Is there?
whiteboard.
I can't read
Yeah,
it.
there is.
Just stand up.
I know. I was just giving you a wink. Oh, there is a notebook. Hey! I thought they were just whiteboards.
And then there's these lovely handouts too.
Yeah.
So that tells me how I summon demons, so that we don't have to bore you with it.
I didn't get a handout.
That's because you don't get anything.
That's your handout.
Nice.
You've forgotten the face of your father.
Correct.
I was supposed to write down my.
Fuck your handout, apostate.
That's right.
All right, I'm
You've
good.
abandoned the path.
Good to go, Matt. I'm ready. Ready to
Orders.
warp time. Ready to warp
Good.
space.
We're covering Gray. So you're going to choose a shadow skill. So this is something that your character was good at in the Gray. It doesn't have to be helpful. You kind of just make it up. It shouldn't stack with any existing skill that you have. It should be something usually innocuous or perhaps sometimes useful. Like cooking, poetry. You just kind of name it. A shadow skill. Basically who was your character in the Gray? Who was your character in the world without magic? When they fled from the war and lived in the Gray Sun, with all of its lies and deceptions, and what's the skill that they took with them? And they kept from the lies and the deception of the Gray.
I'm down.
Do we announce it once we decide?
Yeah, you can tell us.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
There's not a lot you don't really talk about. The only thing you really should keep secret is your secret soul.
I've got mine. Here we go.
I have no idea what I want.
Clockmaker.
I love it. Clockmaking, I love it.
As a librarian.
Ah, of course you are. So library sciences and bookkeeping. So.
I think I did a little of this and that.
Okay. Okay. Good luck.
I don't know. I'm figuring it out.
Oh, okay.
So when you say from the Gray, does it matter what Because the gray is like our world
It's
right now.
this,
Right?
yeah.
We're in the gray.
Yeah.
So
Double gray.
does it matter what point in history?
Great map.
No, it's kept vague on purpose. There was a war in Indigo, so we fled to the Gray, and we had to live in the world of lies and away from the city of notions.
And that's how we ended up with, wizards and...
Well, when we come back, we become wizards. Yeah.
I'm just teasing. And this is a skill, not a thing, and then we have shadow mementos.
Correct. Yeah, this is a skill. So like I remember for Nigel, I think I chose larceny because he was like a criminal in the Gray.
Okay.
I was actually thinking like because I was thinking between a few different of those skills.
Yeah. Remember, they won't stack with your skills, so that you shouldn't choose anything that overlaps, and they're not meant to be particularly useful. It's not always.
Like
anyway.
Just something to flesh out your character.
Yeah, to make them interesting and narratively interesting. Yeah. Lucky shadow skill and as and burns his gaslight.
So were you able to apply larceny to things like pickpocketing?
It came up like no, I literally pictured it like literally like breaking like very physical, like very much like breaking locks.
Oh, okay.
Like not pickpocketing, anything like breaking and entering
Not
is actually what I
lockpicking.
think I use. So like
Okay.
breaking windows, breaking knobs.
God,
Yeah.
Nigel.
Yeah.
Breaking things.
Breaking hearts.
So I picked Surefoot.
Okay.
You sure? Are you gonna foot the bill?
That's not how that works, Chase.
Are you gonna sure foot?
I think I was a cat burglar.
Okay.
I don't know.
You were good at stealing cats. I get you.
Nice.
What do you think?
I like it. You were good at stealing cats.
Specifically stealing
Yeah.
cats.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna take lockpicking for my shadow skill then.
Well, if lockpicking is an existing skill, a shadow skill shouldn't.
I was trying to decide between 3 different ones.
Oh, so you.
So I'll just use one of them to be my shadow skill? Does that work?
No, that's not what you're supposed to do. So your shadow skill
No.
shouldn't be a skill. It should be like
Damn.
something you did very specifically in the Gray. It shouldn't
Okay.
overlap with your actuality skills.
Well, I mean, just because it was an option doesn't mean I have to pick it as an actuality skill, right?
No, you don't have to pick an actuality skill, but the shadow skills are not actuality skills. They're separate. It's like
if
it's
you,
something
alright.
unique. It defines
Okay.
your character. It's not supposed to be like a mechanical.
So if you pick lockpicking as your mechanical, but you still want to go with your cat burglar, you could say that you're really good in leather suits.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Or you're
Yeah,
really
it's like
good at
it's
identifying
flavor. It's
different
not.
species
You're not
of
supposed to
cats.
min max it.
That's
you know.
fair. I'll stick with lockpicking from my gallant. Gallant. I don't know. I'm having a hard time
Yeah,
figuring
they're
out what my shadow anything was.
Yeah, and they're not necessarily connected to your Visually identity.
Leather
fair.
cat suit.
I have no idea. I don't
You-
know
That's
what
the
she
most
was.
ridiculous thing I could think of.
Okay.
The
So
type
then
of
your
thing
shadow
I picked.
memento is the thing that you brought with you.
I know what that is.
Okay.
A
What is
clock.
it?
It's a pocket watch.
Nice.
And a staff, like a walking
Oh,
staff.
okay.
So I imagine I was an explorer as well there.
I'm gonna say she was an artist.
There you go.
How about that? She's
Sure.
an artist.
She brings her tablet. Like a graphic artist, that'd be cool.
Yep.
That's just like no.
Yeah. So for Nigel, I chose Breaking and Entering because he was specifically like a librarian
Just in
in
case you
advance
need
and
your
stuff like
vitamin
that.
Yeah.
Also, we talk a lot in here, so
And we have Rob here in case I need my vitamin D.
Or
Correct.
it's the
no,
only way
she's
to
a
get
fiction
vitamin D.
novelist.
Because I'm the
Okay.
love of your life.
That's it. Fiction
So we
novelist.
call Rob Sunny D.
So you can choose like
it.
novel writing
She's ignoring.
or like novelist as your shadow skill.
Could we go with like prose?
Yeah, that's fun.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. +1 prose.
True.
Shadow Memento
I'm
is a
gonna stick
bomb.
with-
Yeah.
So my two skills from my heart are gonna be lockpicking and searching. And my shadow skill is prose. Who knows when I thought that'll be useful? Never.
It's not supposed to.
Correct.
That was my point.
So
You should. Oh my! I was
Shadow-
gonna say liberal arts degree or something like. When would that be used?
shadow memento.
2 on the nose.
Oh, what
Oh,
are your
mine?
so pocket watch? Yeah, what's yours?
I have a first edition book.
Okay.
Of what?
I haven't decided yet.
You have a walking stick? What's your memento?
50 Shades of Grey.
I have.
Yes.
I have a fountain pen.
That's nice.
Cool.
What did, oh, you have
And
a
it's
walking
like-
stick.
It's
Right,
like a.
staff.
It's one of those that hangs on a chain on a necklace.
Like a quarterstaff.
Yeah. So you have a quarter of a stick?
Alrighty.
Fountain pen.
Dante's Inferno.
Okay.
There you go.
You couldn't pick something cooler?
I don't know. What's a good
So-
book? You're the book person.
Dante's Inferno was good.
The stand.
That would be funny.
Book me, book person.
Go with
The
that.
Fly.
Sure.
The Fly. Oh no.
Yes.
The Fly. Do that.
Or Metamorphosis.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. That's a good one.
So I think we have everything. We got our skills, our fortes, our spells. You got your 4 general spells and everything.
Yeah.
And
I'm fucking ready.
I think we are good to go, Bisley.
Character sheet is a thing of wonder.
So what we're gonna do
Perfect.
before we're gonna start. We're gonna start actually, as all good Invisible Sun games start, by choosing or by drawing from the Sooth deck.
Do we need room for that map?
No, I mean, wishes horses, but no.
And did you want to decide a character arcs?
No, I think we'll just leave those for now. I'm just gonna literally
Just
give
making
everyone a joy and despair at the end, and
It's a lot to keep track of. I was just asking.
yeah. And what's great is because time is non-linear and so is the storytelling,
That's right.
we'll retroactively pick our character arcs and see how you landed on them.
There we go.
Nice.
Kind of like that too, because that way you don't.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Let me just grab the.
I don't know what I want yet anyway.
You gotta imagine my surprise.
Oh,
Is indecision a skill?
It is.
That should have said.
Oh my god, I'm writing it down. I'm changing
Indecision
it.
should be your shadow
I'm
skill.
writing it down.
That's actually
It's
too OP
actually-
for. That's too OP for Alexis.
Yeah.
She always gets a +1.
But it makes sense for like the character
perfect.
actually. Like
Correct.
it's very
I
fitting.
love it.
I really like it. Indecision. Shit. Where did I put this? I changed it. I wrote it down.
I'm so happy.
So
I know exactly where everything on my sheet is because I put it all in there.
I can't wait to take your character sheet
I
and
don't
swap
know,
it with
but
yours.
that's where that goes instead of wherever I put it.
Body switch.
But I don't know where I put it. I've lost it.
You look good.
So she did a little bit of everything to get by, but her passion was writing fiction. That was it.
I
There we
love
go.
it. Sorry, folks. I'm finding my song, which I know I picked, and yet here we are. I can't find it.
No, it's a thesaurus. The thesaurus is her shadow.
Oh, I love
memento.
that.
Thesaurus.
I love that.
That's it.
Is its name Rex?
What?
You should name your thesaurus Rex. It's funny.
100% I picked this, and yet I'll just
course you
repick
did.
it. I'm gonna set the scene here in a second. Yeah. You want to quit
You're
it?
gonna get his top.
There we go.
Yeah, you need to not.
10 seconds.
Stop it.
Not it.
A thesaurus and your character can never decide which synonym to use.
That's right.
Amazing.
That's right. That's real life.
Correct.
Indecision +2. Might as well make it plus infinity. It makes no difference with indecision.
Correct.
There was a.
Do we
I
have
saw
a
there.
thesaurus downstairs?
Oh my god.
Theosaurus.
We have 3 different thesauruses in the
Would you
house,
like
and there's
an
at
actual
least one in
thesaurus?
English, one in German, and one in Spanish.
More for my indecision.
Yeah, there's a German thesaurus somewhere in
Why
this
not
house.
all
I
3?
just don't know where it is.
I'd actually like to give a little special shout out to Emma, who made me fall in love with this particular. I do believe it was this exact track.
Ooh.
And my inspiration when playing in her salvage op game came from this, in a particular scene that she set for us.
Oh no.
So, Visley, you are sitting in Fartown, which is a half-world in the city of Satyrine, the city of Notions, a city that is being rebuilt by the Grey. Being rebuilt by Visley and ruled by the deathless triumvirate and enforced by the local political barons known as the Gerents. You are sitting on a rather idyllic day for Fartown. Usually Fartown is covered, it's kind of like London, kind of rains all the time and is generally foggy and dreary and covered and overcast. But today someone, unbeknownst to anyone, has cast a particular spell or done something, and rather than rain falling, there are waves all throughout the sky that are kind of just casting idyllically through the air. And there is a most beautiful song ringing through the air, and you feel as if you are down by the sea. And a gentle kind of piano noise plays in the background. You are all gathered in a coffee shop known as the Nebulous Quirk, which is kind of at the bottom of the apartment building known as Autumn Run Apartments, home to Minnie Bisley in Fartown. You're getting your separate orders and doing your different things, and there's a fair hustle and bustle about town on what is a rare, sunny, and otherwise idyllic morning. A rare sight in Fartown. We will play a Sooth card. Oh
boy.
my god, there
No
are
coincidences.
no coincidences in the actuality. If anyone remembers the hook that I had planned. Relentless Rumor. Wow, holy shit. What are the odds? Relentless Rumor, so I will scroll down to my Relentless Rumor description. Take me a minute. My finger's so small. Relentless Rumor. There is never a real truth in whispered rumors, searching for authenticity amid clandestine. Furtive words of rumor is a fruitless task, and yet we still try, we listen. So secrets, ravens, books, and flames. Meanings, endless half-truths, incessant drives, and ruthlessness. Game narrative. An NPC shares a rumor. An NPC will share a rumor. Wow, holy shit. Well, that takes care of my job. Can you
There
go
it
ahead
is.
and put
There it
this
is.
on the path of the suns? Someone should take a picture of that.
Does it just sit in there?
Yeah, it should, I think.
Oh, there it
Yeah,
goes.
a
there's
little
like
slot.
a little lip.
I see the ledge now.
Do you want to move your bowl just in case it falls down and gets full of whatever's in your bowl?
Oh.
Take a picture.
I don't have my phone up.
You got it.
I do. Chase, I'm going to get inside your personal space. Is that alright?
That's okay.
I promised I showered this morning.
I promise I showered this year.
Right.
I promise nothing.
I've got that. I've got the pumpkin in the background.
Perfect.
Spooky. 3 spooky, 5 me.
Okay.
8 spooky, 12 me.
Perfect.
That's real spooky.
So, one thing that's interesting about these waves, and there's a kind of constant siren song that casts across the city, is they are spilling information. They are spreading rumors. And that is something you noticed as you sit down at the Nebulous Quirk. So, Visley, what do you wish to do? Oh, I don't need dice.
I'm sitting, like, on the back and arm of the couch, drinking a cup of some hot caffeinated beverage.
I'm primly sitting there with a cappuccino in my black suit with a silver tie. What rumors are the waves unleashing?
For this, Visley, we are going to use an intellect task to decipher the siren song cast across the waves.
Indeed.
So, it is a level 3 effect. You can spend 1 bene from your intellect pool to give you a +1. And if you have any intellect skills that you think will apply, such as history or memorization, you can apply one of them.
Okay.
It's all tequila.
So is each of these a die and a die
No, these
pool?
add bonuses.
Okay. So I might have an intellect of 4.
Yes, so you can spend one of those of the 4 to add +1 to your venture.
Okay. And then how many dice do I roll?
Just the 1 for now, but hold on.
Okay. Yeah.
We don't have names.
You don't.
Not yet.
What's in a name, Disley?
We all have many names.
This is a magical effect, and you will have to either use a spell or spend sortilege in order to decipher what the siren song calls.
That is fine. I have sortilege.
Okay, so spend 1 from intellect, which will
Okay.
give you a +1.
Okay.
You're smart. You have the 2 relevant skills, so you're going to add +2. So that
Okay.
lowers your venture to a 1,
Okay.
and you're going to roll 2 dice.
Okay.
And you need to recognize which one of them is the magical dice.
Okay, the green one.
So roll it, and all you need is, and let me know if you get a 10.
A 10 or higher? Or just a 10?
Just let me know if you get a 10.
No, I got a 6.
Okay, that's the only way you could fail if you got a 10. There are no
Okay.
10s in this game. 10 is not a gray concept, but there are no 10s in this game. There are only 0s
Excellent.
on the dice.
Yeah.
And that's funny because D10s
Yeah.
don't actually have any 10s on
Nope, they're D9s. D10s is a gray concept. Everything is a gray concept. So, as you're kind of listening in on the waves as the soft, gentle piano and the siren song sings across it, it says, "The Church of Bones and Faces has stolen your names. Have you introduced yourself lately?"
No, I haven't.
And as you go to kind of think, you realize you don't know your name.
Can I choose to ignore that?
No, that is not a sun thing. That is the sun chooses how it was introduced, but it has already happened.
Got it.
Did it say which sun this is?
That's a good,
Yeah,
excellent
which
question.
magic is heightened and which is...
Yeah, I was looking for that.
It'll say on here.
Yeah, what does it say?
Green is enhanced and pale is diminished.
Perfect. So if your spell has green, it's +1. If it's pale, it's -1.
Nice.
Okay.
Spell has green
weaker.
plus
You
1.
definitely have one pale spell, unfortunately.
You've looked at it. That's okay.
Well, I had to pick it.
I'm just teasing.
Okay. I forgot my name.
Bless you.
Yes, you do not know your name.
This
And
wolf
if
can be
anyone
really
else at the table attempts to introduce themselves or remember their name, they do not know it. For the Church of Bones and Faith and the Church of Bones and Heads Without Faces, I should say, has stolen your name.
That's odd.
So I'd be sitting off to the side with my head in a book. Nothing really to drink, just kind of sitting and looking up every so often. Just keeping a weather eye out. Just sitting and watching.
What you reading?
Words.
Really?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Don't you read?
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are they good words?
Depends on the day.
I want to see if I can see what he's reading.
It literally looks like that.
Amazing.
It's blank.
Literally blank. I think that's spelled wrong.
No. Maybe to you.
Does anyone else hear that?
I hear lots of things.
The waves, they're speaking.
Everything speaks.
I mean, they're literally speaking right now. Don't you hear them?
I bet. They're bothersome.
What's your name?
No point in names, really.
Well, mine's. Interesting.
You over there. What's your name?
Hi, he's talking to you.
Maybe they can't hear. Perhaps the music of the waves has deafened
Are
them.
we gonna do an interpretive dance to try to ask what your name is?
Oh no, I'm playing with Frankie from Grace and Frankie.
Correct.
Oh,
You're also married
no.
to Frankie from Grace and Frankie.
No different.
I'm gonna die.
We're all just friends.
Does
I'm gonna let the interpretive dance go on for a while.
Yeah.
And then I'll join it, but only with what passes as hands.
oh, sh-
You join the interpretive dance. So,
apparently, well, maybe
That's
she can't
amazing.
hear, but maybe you could communicate through her to her through dance.
It's working.
I can tell. Ask her what her name is through dance.
I did.
Oh.
It's hands.
Maybe she responded through dance.
Well, it must just be me.
It's not just hands though, like there's more context to the name. I'm finding my accent. Don't worry about it.
It's okay. What's the name?
Her name is Garlic Toast. Garlic Toast.
That seems.
But you have to say it with the hands. Garlic Toast.
You're killing me. Well, Garlic Toast, it's nice to meet you. Suppose that I must be the only one who
as
pushed
you
it.
attempt to name them garlic toast, the words leave your mouth, and you can no longer utter the phrase garlic toast.
I'm just like,
The name is stolen.
Well, that's a problem. Nobody steals.
what's
No
that?
point in names really.
Apparently not.
Like I said.
Well, I had a name once, I'll have it again, I'm sure.
Or not.
What about titles? Is the title stolen?
He who drinks cappuccino and is stuffy.
You see it fly out of her mouth and get whisked away. You can now no longer.
Well, this is fun.
You can no longer say that. Careful, Bisley, you may run out of words.
She can't say cappuccino anymore.
Right.
I hope you didn't like that.
I'll get it back. Or I won't. What's it matter, really?
So, player question.
Yeah.
Because she lost the word cappuccino, did we all lose the word cappuccino?
Do you, if you go to utter it, what you lost is the arrangement which makes the name. So whatever the name is in totality, you lose it.
For the person it was named to, not necessarily for the item of which it is.
Yeah, nothing has a name is basically how it works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Or at least no people for now. No creatures.
This seems unusual.
Does it?
Well, I had a name before.
Are you sure?
I think so. I don't remember what it was.
If you
But I
don't,
remember
if you don't remember your name, did you ever have it?
I remember walking up to people, reaching out, shaking, and saying, "Hello, my name is." And then there's just silence. And I usually don't forget things. Ask me what I had for lunch. Any day.
Why don't you just tell me?
Well, I was gonna show you. I don't forget things. This is unusual.
Okay.
You seem okay. You seem like a reasonable fellow.
Yes.
Do you remember your name? Don't try to say it. Just, do you remember it?
No, I don't.
And does this bother you?
A little. I have more pressing concerns. This is quite different.
Like the spelling there.
No, that one's right as well.
Looks wrong.
No, it's...
Pretty sure it's wrong.
No.
It's wrong.
No.
It's wrong.
What is it called when you rearrange the letters into a new word?
Anagram.
Thank you.
As you say it.
Not a name of a person.
Abstract concepts.
So, you're all standing around kind of gathering this, and on the table walks a creature. A cat with a kind of elongated form, several eyes like a spider, a hairless body, and a centipede for a tail. And all along their body, they have tiny little creatures crawling on them. This is a Ron cat. It is also the proprietor of the establishment,
Yep.
Mrs. Kilgass.
Yep.
This is definitely
You're
a Ron
welcome.
cat.
You're welcome.
I don't remember her name.
As this stream is part of the shared actuality of Variant Roles, and well,
And
Dan
I-
stole that. So.
Well, I named her.
Yes.
I might have done that.
Glorious.
Hello there.
Hello there. Do we remember her name?
You do not.
Hi.
Seem to be having a problem today.
Are we?
Yes, as you might suspect. I can't even so much as utter the word. Someone's playing a little game with our names, wouldn't you say?
Yes, it seems to be.
Oh yeah, I should have introduced your name. Oh well.
Exactly.
That's right. You wouldn't
It's
have
gone
known.
now. It's gone. You
It
don't
is in
remember.
fact gone.
You wouldn't have even known.
So there's a cat whose name you don't know. Oh, ruined that reveal.
It's fine.
There's a cat whose name you don't know, but you do vaguely remember that they're like the proprietor or owner of this establishment. And they say, looks like someone's made their way with our names. Was wondering if I could interest you lot in finding them, getting them back.
Why?
Well, you're what you are, aren't you? That's what you people do, right?
Is it?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I'm fairly certain. I've had this business in Fartown for a while.
What's it called?
See what I mean?
No.
I guess if we'll be compensated in some way, or knowledge of any kind, I'm sure we can help. I can't speak for the rest of.
I would be happy to offer compensation. Shall we say 50?
50 units.
Yes, 50.
And see, this is why this is a problem. Yes.
Those round things.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
The stuff that gets you stuff.
Yes. And I'll also give you whoever gets mine back. And whoever gets mine back, as long as I get mine back, you'll get that and she like struggles for a bit.
You need a thesaurus.
No, I don't think it'll do me any good. You know when you hide a piece of knowledge from something and it's not something everyone knows?
Yeah.
I'll give you one of those.
Okay.
Just one of you.
I used to be so good at crossword puzzles. I hope that, well, we should solve this. I don't take you up on your offer.
Good. 50 each, and then one to one of you.
Do you speak? Apparently not. Well, maybe they lost it, along with the names.
Maybe they are speaking and you just can't understand them.
You're not listening. Put your listening ears on. And eyes.
I'm gonna use
my God.
knowledge magical lore and see if she's speaking in something that I can't perceive.
I
Okay.
don't think how any of that works.
I'm just going
This is
for
an
it.
intellect test.
I have an intellect, yeah, and I got dice.
Would you like to spend from your Bene pool of intellect? Or no?
Does that get rid of it? Like when you say spend
Yeah,
from
yeah.
it?
It's a pool you deplete. And you can recharge with
No,
rests.
I don't want to spend it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can recharge it with rests. There are different rests.
There are 2 action rests, 1 10-minute, 1 hour, and like.
Oh,
an
okay.
hour. Yeah.
Yeah.
How much does my character not talking bother you?
Apparently enough
It's
for a
Chase.
check.
What do you think?
Well, he wonders if he's now thinking like, well, if the effect took our names, did it take her voice? So he was trying to see.
I heard a story about a woman who lost her voice to become something different.
But you couldn't tell us what her name was, even if you wanted to right now.
What's it matter?
Names are important.
Says who?
It says everyone. The ability to form.
I don't say.
Says the man with a sheet with no labels.
And that's how he knows.
Correct.
With
They
no
are
names
important.
on it.
The ability to take abstract concepts and apply and things and apply labels to them is the formation of thought and logic and
Of
I find it
language,
pretty
of
boring,
communication
really.
as well.
language. Yes.
It's needed for communication.
If every time that you tried to think of something's given name, that name left you, eventually you would have nothing left.
Boring.
What's your favorite color?
What's it matter? I like them all. Every
Infuriating.
color.
Okay, let's go solve this problem.
Yes.
Wind is my favorite color.
Go
It's
on.
not a name. It's a thing.
Wind.
But is this
Could be.
the name of the thing? And this
It's
could
not a proper
escalate.
name.
I mean, it could escalate past proper names.
Started with just names. What if
Nouns
it's verbs
to
next?
verbs.
Yeah.
I'll
Adjectives.
never lose my dance.
You mind?
Never.
She's killing me, this character.
Yeah,
This is Frankie in real life.
it's worse than that.
Anyway.
What were you saying?
So I saw this forte and there was no going back.
Yeah. So the thing down on the table bids you adieu, and goes back to managing the establishment. And what do you all wish to do? How do you wish to try to find?
I suppose we should try to track down the origin of this effect, this spell.
You said it was speaking? What
I
did it say?
would like to spin together freedom and wind, the qualities of sight from freedom and the quality of speech from wind.
And what are your absences to note?
Flame, stone, defense, imprisonment, despair, and structure.
Sounds like you're good then.
Yep.
So sight and what was it?
Sight and speech.
Okay. And what are you attempting to accomplish with this spell?
I'm trying to accomplish. I want to see where the words, where the names have gone.
Okay, I can do that. So what I'll say here is that's going to require a bit of a longer range.
They both say near for me.
Yeah, so I would say you're going to up that by 2,
Okay.
and I would say it's a level 3 spell, so that's going to cost you 5.
Boy, howdy! That's fine. We'll do it.
This is basically like a big scry, is kind of how I'm envisioning. Is that what you're going for?
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm, yep. I'll spend a sword of lich too. Oh, how I'm gonna deplenish my, maybe I should have,
Well, you have your
more
rest.
sorcery in there because I'm gonna need a rest after this.
How many sorcery did you start with?
5.
Yeah.
I went 5 sorcery, 4 interaction, 3 intellect, 2, and 5
Yeah.
sword of lich.
I generally recommend, I think, about 6 or 8, even
Yeah.
if you're a really heavy spellcaster.
Maybe I could down intellect
Yeah.
to 2.
Yeah. That sounds good.
Start with at least 6.
Yep.
While she's doing this, can I watch the wave
I'm gonna bring
ocean
interaction down
sky
to
for
3.
stairs?
For
Oh,
stairs,
so
as in
7.
like stairs or stairs?
Like stairs.
Sure. It's going to be a perception task.
Okay.
So you can spend from your perception pool.
Okay.
And then if you feel like you have any relevant skills, survival could work for this.
Seeing through deception, perhaps, as the names are disappearing.
So seeing through deception, if you're looking at the waves, doesn't actually apply.
Because it's not a.
It's not the
person.
Well, it's just not a deception yet.
That's yet. I'll just sure. I will perceive, and if it would be considered survival, I can, because there's no points in survival. It just adds dice
Yep.
to the pool, so to
Yep.
speak, right?
Yeah. It adds a +1 to your venture. Yeah. It doesn't add a dice. You're just rolling 1 dice, and you're adding 2 if you spent from your perception pool.
Okay. So I spent 1 from my perception.
Yep, and then you get your +1 for.
Okay, so 5.
All right, we'll hold that. And then for your spell, you're going to have to roll 2 dice.
I'm spending a sortilege.
So you're already casting a spell, so you already get your extra die. And actually with sortilege, all spells contain. Interesting note about sortilege: you can't add sortilege to a spell without a secret. There's a secret that allows you to do that because you already get your enhancement die for casting a spell.
So does that mean the way we've been playing in the?
Yeah. Well, each GM is gonna.
So am I rolling with 2 dice?
Yep, 2 dice because you're weaving magic. Yep. Okay. You do not have to spend sortilege.
And one of them needs to be. Magic.
Basically, you'll always have that 1 physical dice. The rest are almost always going to be magic for now. So know which one of is your physical dice.
Okay, I have a 3 and a 6.
Okay, that's more than enough. Well, this is what we'll do. So Liz will resolve yours for narrative. So you're looking up as far as like stairs on a way to climb. Definitely not. I would actually say distinctly they're either sideways or downward. I don't think they're really floating upwards, and there's no discernible pattern. And as you're kind of trying to look and perceive, you understand that these things are carrying a message, a rumor. They are not actually the things sealing the voices.
Can I tell where they're coming from?
No, not with. What did you get? The 11,
5.
right? Oh, 5, yeah. No, they seem to have been a spell left behind, and they kind of permeate the area.
Okay.
With your scry there, you are going to get a vision of a place in Saturnine known as, I believe, Rivenholm. And you see a small white chapel made of bone. And as your vision presses beyond and through the door, you see a cathedral of faces. It is the cathedral of bone and faces. Not heads without faces. So, the cathedral of bone and faces. And it is in Rivenholm.
And so I have enough information to know how to get there?
Yeah, it's Rivenholm, yeah.
And as she's weaving that spell, he asked me what the thing said, and I will say, the Church of Bone and Faces has stolen our names.
Did it steal its own name?
I've seen them. That's where they are.
Then we shall head there and get them.
Very well.
And it would appear that actually you are able to say the Church of Bone and Faces, and this seems to be the only name
Indeed.
that you have.
The Church of Bone and Faces. The Church of Bone and Faces. The Church of Bone and Faces.
Well, if there's only one name
Church
that we could say.
Of Bone and Faces.
You refuse to use other names except for the only one that you can remember.
I know this one bothers you.
I'm not sure it's the name that bothers.
Isn't
But
it?
the sooner that we can go solve this problem.
Yes, let's make haste.
Yeah. I'll get up and I move with like incredible. I have Godspeed as a thing. Does that just work, or is that like
Godspeed?
That's one of my spells. I move with 3 times.
Oh, you have
the
to
speed.
cast.
Oh, dang. Okay. I do get up and perhaps we should go.
Okay, so before you leave, did anyone want to use any of their rest actions?
Yes.
Sure.
So whenever I recommend using either your 10-minute or hour.
Yep.
It's a bit more of a slower paced game, so that's one thing you'll notice. Downtime plays a huge role between sessions and stuff like that.
Let's use our hour.
You're welcome to.
I'll
It's harder
we
to
have
use.
time.
do the cat creature.
Yeah.
And I'll point at the cappuccino.
And you do get one. A thought form whizzes by and pours you.
So what does an hour rest give us?
So you can replenish one pool.
Completely or just one
Completely.
dice?
You choose the pool and you replenish it. So like physicality, perception, sorcery, perception, and intellect. Choose
Okay.
one of those and it goes back to full.
Nice.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, perfect. So how you travel throughout Saturnine is interesting. It's going to take 10 crystal orbs apiece to get there. 10 to get there.
I'm a bit short on right now.
You started, I think, with 10, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I try to speak with the proprietor.
okay, it's probably, I think it's a thought form. Those are like the people who handle the day-to-day. Or
The
proprietor of the
proprietor.
coffee house before you leave. Okay, go ahead.
How about some funds for travel?
Listen,
If we can't get there, we can't get your...
it's coming out of your reward.
It's in advance.
So be it.
Okay.
I love like the deciding, but not probably not even deciding, probably thinking about something else, and then just delivering the answer. Anyway.
Correct.
Right.
Like
There was no decision there.
correct. Just like oh yeah,
There's
T sounds nice.
It's just words.
My favorite color is purple, and oh yes, by
Yes.
the way.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Wonders and delirium.
So you all get 10 crystal orbs as an advance.
Indeed.
And then spend
And
the
we
money.
will maybe spend them. I don't know. Somebody might be a talker.
Not
Don't look at me. I talk a lot, but that doesn't mean I'm a negotiator.
I try to stay away from people. It's better for them.
I
So-
think so too.
As you lean, if you're actually leaning up against my left arm, you can kind of feel stuff like skitter along your skin.
I poke at it.
Just please don't agitate them. Stop.
Please don't agitate them.
Ooh, that's so big. I'm over there.
If you look, you can see a couple like under the skin, just these little bumps, like go across my face.
Is that normal?
Not as such.
She's like a big cat.
She is.
Well,
we should go.
the sooner I can. Would you like to sit next to her? You guys can interpretively dance together.
Whenever we get in the car, I'll sit next to the weird one with bumps.
Okay. So as you approach the platform, the platform requests your tickets, which can be purchased for 10 crystal orbs apiece.
Yeah. I will flip over the 10 crystal.
Oh, the 10.
Oh yeah, the 10. And I just
Mark
a
off
paltry
my
sum
extra 10.
as I sprinkle them on.
Yeah.
If it's paltry, you could pay for us.
Oh, that's fine. You can pay for yourself. I mean, why does it matter? Money.
You see as you toss them exactly 10, the thought form just kind of looks at you.
I flip it another one.
Right this way, sir.
It's so like.
I just.
Find your way.
Let's just follow him.
I love it.
I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4,
Buttons don't
7.
count.
No, I said 7, but it was just the next one.
Oh.
Throwing
5, the thought form replies.
That was 7.
5,
7,
I can count.
12.
5.
I dole out the rest one by one.
10. Thought form catches them.
As they've wandered away. How's your day going?
It speaks.
Difficult.
Always is. And I'll go ahead and give him 11.
Right this way, madam.
I'm way too close to the thought form.
I just look at you. As you board the the train.
I love it.
God, it's spinning.
It and takes you to the district, whose name you used to remember but no longer do.
It doesn't matter!
In the city of.
It doesn't matter how do you give someone directions.
Exactly.
Who needs them?
How do you get anywhere?
Where is here, anyway?
Where?
I would tell you, but I cannot remember.
It doesn't matter!
It does.
No!
Their marriage in a nutshell.
Imagine you're in your kitchen. I'm not sure if you have a house, but say you did.
I do.
And
It's really nice.
somebody wanted to make tea.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Make
were
what?
making it for you. Tea. I think that tea isn't a proper noun yet.
Safe so far.
Safe so far. I didn't say Earl Grey. Oh no!
Correct. Correct. Because the currency is a proper noun.
Yeah. And then somebody said, and then somebody came up to you, and they were making the tea for you, and they asked you, which tea would you like? Or, better yet, what if that person was deathly allergic to a tea, and you were making it, and they told you, I'm deathly allergic to, and they couldn't tell you, and then you died, or they died. That would be very sad. You would be sad.
But what is death?
An inconvenience which can be come back from, but nonetheless, the thing still stands.
Still
Or
an
does it?
inconvenience. Nonetheless.
What was that?
Still an inconvenience.
It is an inconvenience. I don't think that there's everything going on up there.
It's
Or is
All over the place.
everything going on up there?
I
that
imagine
might
that.
be the problem.
Everything.
I think that your brain is a ball of cats in yarn. just play.
It's so true.
Yeah, just batting around it.
That's amazing. Someone clip that. I think your brain.
So, my forte skill, does it cost me anything?
It'll say if it costs on the thing.
It just says level 2.
And does it say no cost?
It does not say no cost.
And can you describe it for me again? Sorry.
With a flash of silvery light, I create one simple inanimate object that I can hold in my hands like a weapon, a tool, or an item of clothing.
Then it'll cost you 2 sorcery.
Okay. And what time of day is it?
Is the time are times of day proper now? I don't think they are.
What
I
is
can pull out my
time?
stopwatch.
What is day?
As you
pocket
as you
watch.
pull out your
Pocket
watch.
pocket watch, since it's attached to the
Where?
timeline of the gray, it doesn't
Why?
work.
Well, I thought you said they always work.
Because it's his
Nothing.
shadow.
Oh, that's
No,
right.
no,
Oh, that's
no.
right.
It
That's
works.
right.
Works.
It does work. So it tells you the time.
It's
It's like the middle of the day.
The
And
sun is
numbers,
out.
I'm trying. Well,
I said,
no.
I want to say noon.
Yeah, that's
I want to
exactly.
say noon.
It's exactly at the 12 is what
It's
it is.
yes. Point to it.
Celestial orbs are high in there.
It's called. Oh damn it! Can I see the wave for a second? The one that had my abilities in it.
The progress abilities.
The way the warps time and space.
That's the key.
That's the key. Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
he couldn't
yeah.
actually say
It's the
something like,
forte.
would he be able to say something like 1 o'clock?
I think so. Yeah, just not noon or high noon.
It's 1 o'clock
Witching
and
hour.
time for lunch.
Noon.
It's 1 o'clock and time for lunch. Hum-de-dum-de day. When I lie on the bench. Never mind. What was I saying?
I stopped paying attention to you quite a while ago.
Your loss. That one's spelled wrong too.
Can I read proper names in my book?
No,
Do they
definitely
still
not.
read-
They're blank
just
spaces.
blurred or blank.
They're blank spaces.
No.
I'm only ever pointing to the specific blank spaces when I say things like that, by the way.
Got it.
Okay.
So you guys, y'all are still on the train. One of the figures that you see on the train is a man sitting across from you. I'm kind of picturing you all four. I don't know how you're laying about, but in my mind at least, the four of you are like awkwardly in a line and not sitting across from each other.
I'm
I
not
don't know
sitting
why.
still. I keep moving between
Right.
them.
Right, and then the
Hovering
three of
over
them are just like
shoulders and
having these side conversations. And the only reason it's like that is because it's a pretty full train, and one of the people that is on there is taking up a pretty large amount of space. He is relatively humanoid looking, except for his arms are probably 9 feet long, and his legs are probably 8 or 9 or 10, 12 feet long, and he is a very tall man with a very short body. Where his rib cage and kind of chest structure would be, there's literally a bird cage, which has in it, rather than a bird, a rotating eye that just kind of is flying around. And at the end of his hands are metal claws, and his head is a dome of iron. And he's just kind of sitting there on the train, and he's taking notice of you all as his completely featureless dome of iron turns around. And you just kind of, you feel like he's looking at you all, but he's also looking at a lot of people.
I keep getting distracted by the little whirring eye.
It whirs around in the bird cage.
I'll stop in the middle of saying something to you and just...
Do I recognize this type of creature?
Ask them
This someone affected by the changeries, who has invested a lot of money to look a certain way and to change their bodies very specifically. Sorry, affected by the...
That's right.
Oh, yes.
That's right.
This is a great way to learn a game.
That's right. That's right.
It's amazing. We don't need to know what anything is.
That's kind of the point.
Yep.
The train ride carries on, and you eventually arrive in the district that magically revealed was Rivenholm, where somewhere in this large district is the Church of Bone and Faces. Bone and Faces.
Bone and faces. Yeah.
Bone and Faces is a very different game.
We play that on Tuesdays.
Yeah, we do. And with that, I think we are going to go ahead and go to break.
Woo!
As you all arrive in Rivenholm.
Where? And where?
I'm sorry.
That's true.
Thank you, everyone who's stopping by. I wanted to remind everyone that it's September. Subs are half off. And so go ahead and subscribe to support the channel. We just hit one of our milestones, and
We hit a bunch of milestones.
yeah, we hit a bunch of milestones, and follow if you're enjoying tonight. Thank you for everyone who's stopping by. We'll be back in 20 minutes. We usually say 15, but let's not lie to one another.
Yeah.
Not today.
Nah.
Time's a construct.
Yeah, times.
It's
Yeah.
alive from the grave.
You've already watched part 2, you just don't know it yet.
That's right.
Hey, Miwa. Alrighty. Half off. Ooh,
That's
subs
right.
are. Do something nice for your subs tonight.
Yeah.
That's right.
Subs are half off.
Get ready for Domcember.
That's right. Okay.
They're half on?
Be back in 20 to conclude this interesting little invisible sun thing.
That's right.
The wheel. Hey folks, we are back.
Hey.
These people have just arrived in a district of the city called and are looking for the only thing that has a name, a proper noun, the Church of Bone and Faces.
Bone and faces.
Bone and face. When you bone.
When you bone and face.
Bone and faces. And so this thing says right now that we get bonuses to green spells and
Except
It
for-
does, Visley. However, whenever you arrive into a new location or an important NPC is introduced, we are going to draw from the Sith deck.
And this is something I could ignore. if I
Yes,
wanted
and
to.
keep the old one.
I don't have to think about it.
We draw. Interesting. The hidden moon. There are no coincidences in the actuality,
God, tell Serena's
folks.
losing her mind.
It is Friday the 13th. It is a full moon. They are looking for something hidden.
Oh.
Let's look it up.
There is a whole...
Gray is enhanced. Indigo is suppressed. We talk a lot about the sun, but the moon has as much influence over our lives. The moon hides so it can appear ahead unnoticed, catch a glimpse, even those things that it should not see. Gray is enhanced. Gray magic is enhanced. Indigo is suppressed by a factor of 1. When the hidden moon is played, something new begins. It suggests looking forward, not backward, but what's coming ahead might be dangerous rather than beneficial, so be wary. Secrets, ravens, books, and flames.
And what does that do when you say those things?
If those are your secrets that are listed under your heart, it's good for you.
Okay.
So what were they?
Secrets, ravens, books, and flames.
It's
me. Books and flames.
I'm going to ignore
It's
that
gallant.
So go ahead and set this up there, and keep your take that other one because it's only in play for you now. And anyone else who ignores it.
Unless this one also wants.
Nope.
Okay.
That
So
one
what
doesn't
does
really
this one
affect me
do?
as much.
Gray is enhanced. Indigo is diminished.
Yeah.
By 1.
Perfect.
Whoa.
So, one thing we forgot to do when I spun my spell earlier is decide a color for it.
Oh, okay. What was the
Because
color?
we should because it can be affected by the suns.
Yeah.
I think sight and scrying is blue? Question mark.
I'm not sure,
Blue
but
is of the
when we move
mind,
on,
so
Yeah.
I would assume so.
when we move
Why
on,
do I
we
know
should.
that?
Yeah, good catch.
I read it earlier.
Amber is the color.
Oh
of
my god!
energy. Whoa.
Wow. Amber is the color of your energy.
Whoa. Something blends naturally. That's it. That's all I know.
'Twas brilliantly.
Sounds
Wrong song. Sorry.
it's getting real. It was real.
None of this is real.
Correct.
Or maybe all of it is real and none of this is real.
The gray is not real.
The nice
Actuality
thing
is the only real
Is
thing.
truly that
Is it
actually
though?
we do get our names back because this has already happened.
Is it? I don't quite think it is. Nothing's really real. It's all a fabrication.
Thanks, Smokebeard. So,
Coasters from the secret bar.
it's possible. They don't feel coastery, but they're pretty thick. That makes sense that they're associated with secrets. So, we are. You have arrived at this location of this city
Yeah.
and are looking for the temple of, bones and
Wow.
faces.
I thought I got it all up earlier.
It's pretty intense. Are we outside of it, or are we in the area of town? I think you just said
You
we-
just arrived on the platform. You're
Got it.
offloading.
Okay. Let me ask a dumb question. How long does a demon last once I've summoned him, or an angel last once I've summoned him?
For a while, for long enough. We'll say for now.
Like an hour, a day, till the next sun rises.
What is time?
I believe that's going to depend on
I don't
the
know.
terms of your negotiation and the power of the demon.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Depends on the stamina of your demon.
Yeah.
They play. Yeah, they stick around for a while. There's probably a depletion check, but for now, they'll stick around.
Okay.
Oh, the song is too intense.
It is pretty intense.
It's alright, I got it. So, what do y'all wish to do?
Before. Is casting magic in town okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like super okay.
Everybody does it.
Well, Bisley do it.
Everybody's doing it.
I'm just gonna kind of hum under my breath, and I'm gonna cast Watchman Watching.
And what does that do?
I conjure a construct of pure energy in the form of a male human. It's just going to be kind of like a negative version of myself from another part of time.
Yeah.
They remain near me at all times. They alert me if danger arises. They can see invisible things. They're considered 4 levels higher than me for noticing things.
Shit. So,
It's a level 3.
yeah, cool. What is there a depletion check on there?
It's 0 and it's each hour.
Nice. So once every hour, you have to roll a d10. If you get a 0, your spell whiffs away. Okay.
Yep.
How many sorcery is it?
It says it's a level 3 spell.
Okay, so spend 3 sorcery.
Okay.
What's the school? What color is it?
The color is invisible. So I'm gonna just kind of do a silver tracery in the air, and then a negative version of me appears adjacent to me and be like, "Keep an eye out for danger, will you?" Okay, that's fine. I wasn't doing anything important anyway. I've asked other me from the future to help keep an eye out for things.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Can he tell you your name?
What's my name? Apparently we haven't found our names yet. Shall we be going?
Very well.
You do that often.
Often enough. It's a hit at parties.
I bet.
All of the thrill with none of the risk.
Or double the risk.
If I am risk, then yes. Wait, maybe that's my name. Am I risk? No. Obviously I'm not, because I can still remember that word.
That's funny. I like that.
We'll just try every single word
We'll come up
until
with...
we find one. Well, until it disappears, and then that will be your name. And then we'll
Or it's something else's name.
but we won't.
There was that drink that I really liked earlier. My name could have been that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It could have
Was
been.
your name a drink?
Could have been. Or was my drink a name? I'm not sure.
That doesn't make any sense.
Or does
Or
it?
does it make all the sense?
No, not as such.
Anywho. Future me, let's go. Do, walking along.
Okay. Thanks, Smokebeard. Smokebeard found the answer. They're coasters.
Nice.
These are coasters from bars at the secret side of streets. From the secret bar. Cool.
Nice.
Thanks, Smokebeard.
Very cool.
Smokebeard's a great supporter. Good
Yes,
guy. Thank you, buddy.
Absolutely.
So then, so how would you like to make your way to the Church of Bones and Faces? The only thing that has a name.
Can we discern the direction? Do we know? Have you been there before? Has any of us been there before?
I'm quite knowledgeable, I think.
I've been everywhere and nowhere.
Clearly.
Do we know where it is?
No.
Do we know
Well,
history? Maybe?
you could try. Yeah.
Is that how that works?
Certainly try.
Do I just roll a thing and what?
So what we do is we develop your venture.
Okay.
This is going to be an intellect test,
Okay.
and history will apply. You can spend 1 point from your intellect pool to add 1 to your venture,
Okay. If I wanted to.
if you want to.
Okay. And does memorization help? Like if I've seen a map.
You can't stack your skills yet.
Oh, okay.
So
just one
or
or
the other. So you have added 1 to your venture. Or also known as reducing the effect by 1.
So you're not using your pool? Do you mind if I make a suggestion? Ask a question, rather. Can I, with my silver creation, conjure a map for a place I've never been? So can I conjure a map of the city with silver creation because I specifically want a map of the city?
That's interesting. And it doesn't say like things from the gray or anything. It's a silver creation. So I would say you can conjure a map. Now that would assume that maps are relatively mundane of the given thing that you're conjuring.
It's just one simple inanimate object that I can hold in my hands.
I would say yeah.
Or I can conjure a demon as a god.
Choices. It's up to you. You can only choose. There are only 3 types of the beginner demons. I think.
That's right. I think it's council, aid, and guard.
I think you're exactly right.
Because I think they go by what you can do top to bottom.
Yeah.
So it might be council, aid, guard, and spy, but it's council, aid, and guard,
Yeah.
definitely.
So,
Can the map lie to you?
I mean,
So that would be
Anything can
considered
That's
a
my yep.
yeah.
guide or a.
So I think the silver thing is just gonna work. I think I'm gonna say yes. One caveat to this though is if
There's no names on it, so we just have to go by.
But maybe it's
suggestion.
yes, exactly.
maybe
Yep.
I get a bonus from the intelligence thing that I
No,
was trying to. I'm
I-
trying to remember what it is, and I
I'm
can see it on the
completely
map.
aware there will be no names on it, but I'm hoping it's one of those like old timey maps where they like embellished the important things.
Okay.
With like their drawings.
It's like bigger and like yeah.
So like the iPhone would have like a drawing of it.
Yeah.
So like,
Maybe
So-
the church.
Sure. Yeah.
But
Oh.
the church's name is not gone.
It's not. So
The
actually,
church's
that
name
might
would actually
be the
be the
only
only
thing,
thing on the
with
map.
a name.
There it is.
There it is.
It'd be the only
There it
proper
is.
noun on the map.
So you want to choose sorcery?
I would like to spend 2 sorcery.
That's
to do this
amazing.
thing.
Perfect.
That's really awesome.
Works out.
Perfect.
I am gonna
Summon
say
the demon
actually.
instead, right?
I'm gonna actually say.
We
So I'm
found
gonna
a
say
thing
you're
that
gonna
will
get
work
1 joy
perfectly.
for this.
I make it 1 joy.
Yes, this
Nice.
is too good for a pathwalker.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
really
You have
nice.
solved a solution and found the path along the sun. You have not traveled between suns, but you have. There is something hiding, almost like in shadow, and you have found this thing.
Oh, no,
So you
this-
get 1 joy.
Does this bring me despair?
Yes, it does. Yes. Yeah, she is revealed through the power of the silver sun, creation and truth. And you see a glimpse that the actuality does have some semblance of order and logic to it. It just bothers you.
Well, that was really excellent thinking.
Very nicely done.
These two are going to level up identically.
We really are. It's the worst.
When one gains a joy, one gains a despair. When one gains a despair, the other gains a joy.
Harmony.
Has the loss of names
Working in
given me
perfect
anything?
harmony.
No.
Okay.
So I don't need rolling.
So, yeah. You spend the 2 sorcery, and it's the only thing with a name on the map. Shit, well, there it
We'll
is.
start walking that
Wow.
direction.
Wow.
That's exactly where I thought it was going to be.
If someone said anything to you, I don't know what you want from me.
I just
I
start like
heard you
fiddling
talk
with
to
your
the
bugs.
to the little help to the thought servant or whatever it's called, the sent thought. I know you can talk.
You wanted
The
to make a friend with
saloon.
them.
No, I didn't. I was just right there. Okay.
So you guys continue onward towards the church.
She literally said, "As you walk away."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
As in, more sagely, like, I wait for...
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
So you begin to make your way to the Church of Bone and Faces, and it is a... Did you have something?
No.
Okay.
Just reading this book.
Church.
It's a very small Romanesque kind of architecture, it's low and squat to the ground with these really broad pillars of bone. It's white with just like slight touches of purple that have kind of been washed away over time, and a little bit of touches of gray, maybe perhaps shadow sickness.
Are there human skulls within those bones?
Human skulls within those bones?
Is
It
it?
matters.
Do you think there are?
Sure.
Okay, then there are.
Like in the overlay?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's made of
Perfect.
the ceiling supports our ribs.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
The
More or less.
building has grown.
Low and squat to the ground with a double-sided single entrance of double-sided doors that are not solid. Well, they are solid, and on them is like a rib cage. It's like a rib cage that cracks open, and a single face split down the middle through the separation of the door sits atop the rib cage and looks down.
And the whole building is slowly breathing, right?
I think so. I think it's kind of breathing and kind of.
It's a very inviting locale.
Yeah. Calming, almost.
Yeah, I can see why I got his name.
As we walk up and go into this thing, because I'm assuming that's what we're going to do, I'm going to be keeping a feel out for my secret sight so that I know if there's anything alive near us.
Okay.
Thought forms, etc.
Right. So you're kind of scanning the creatures' auras that you see.
What I can and cannot see, yeah.
Okay. So do you all approach the door?
Yeah, sure.
The face animates that sits atop between these two rib cages of the door. About, short and squat to the ground. I'm going to say maybe 8 feet.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Who are you?
I'm just a face.
May we gain entrance into the cathedral?
Are you a member?
I believe I am.
I take one step to the side away from her.
The face looks down at you. Identification, please. Produce your membership card.
No one has names.
Yet you should still have a membership card.
Are there anything like little placards that show people's memberships or anything outside?
I don't think there would be. That's usually the kind of thing you find through the doorstep.
Okay,
And if they had their names, they would be erased.
it's okay.
We are not members, but, well, we have reason to suspect our names are inside.
That's entirely possible, but unfortunately it's a members-only church.
How do we become members?
I do not know,
Perhaps we could go inside and speak with one of the parishioners so that we could become members.
but is members only.
You see, there is a logical fallacy there. How do we become members if we cannot enter and become members?
I don't know. It's not very much my business. I'm just a gatekeeper.
Maybe we could go in and pay a tithing?
Oh! Money?
Yes.
How much would you be willing to pay?
I have a great deal.
Of?
The words escape me.
Just show
I'll
her.
open my bag and I'll show that I have quite a few in there.
Ooh. Kind of leans over. Building kind of breathes heavier. We'll take half.
Maybe a fifth?
Oh shit, that's wrong. Half.
I'm sorry, that's quite a bit of money.
Okay. So this can be an interaction test.
Sure.
You can spend one from your interaction pool.
Cool.
It is a magical creature, so you will have to either use a spell or spend sortilege.
I'll spend some sortilege.
Okay, so you'll be rolling 2 dice.
Is there any assistance in this game?
There is. I forget exactly how it works, but you can basically declare you're assisting, but his consequences and you share consequences in that endeavor, if there are any.
Otherwise, I could just something really. I'm not gonna do it. But I have the perfect spell for the occasion.
This is how the game works. You just use spells. When you
Yeah.
can counter a problem, just use this thing.
Yep.
That is literally how Invisible Sun is played. It's not more complicated.
It kind of dials things up a little bit.
That's
What's
good.
the point?
That's your job.
Finger snakes. Finger snakes.
Well, we'll see if it lets us in, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. Just
Are
do
you
it.
up or not? All right, I'm gonna be like, oh please, I'm gonna use quintessence of dust, and it will turn to dust.
So go ahead and read the description.
It's an object. If it's an object weighing less than 25 pounds.
The faces, yeah.
Yep.
We'll just let you do that. I
Yep.
want no part of it.
So go ahead and read the description.
Quintessence of dust. Level 4, plus 1 die. I turn a nearby object no more than 25 kilograms to dust. Color red.
So this is contested.
Okay.
The spell's description, one important note about Invisible Sun, since we're all D&D players, it never calls out the interaction or contest. If it affects another creature, it's almost always contested.
Okay.
So this is a level 5 creature. However, but you're casting a level 4 spell, so you just reduce it to a level 1 creature.
Okay.
So you're spending sortilege,
Mhm.
so you'll need 2 successes. So basically, when you roll your die,
Mhm.
you need to not roll a 0 or a 10.
I rolled two zeros.
Oh no,
Uh-oh.
boy.
I
Boy,
rolled the worst thing I possibly could have.
boy, howdy.
So this is going to be a flux.
Yep.
Okay. It's a
This is
major.
a serious flux.
It's a minor flux. He only has 1 magical dice.
This is gonna be fun.
You're gonna turn her map into dust.
I'll go to reach back to do it, and you were gonna like help me or something, and I
Yeah.
accidentally touch your map. Like,
So I like this idea. Like, you
Turns
go to
to
touch
red
him on the
dust.
shoulder, and his magic just kind of jumps out at your map, and then
to red dust. You're like,
Oh boy.
you should.
I'm gonna wander off behind the building. I'm just gonna start wandering around the building.
Okay. Was that something you were trying to do? What was that?
I don't know what that was. These things just kind of go off.
Busy.
Now we were discussing payment,
Yes, I'll take half.
and here we go. And I will give him 10. I'll reach in the bag and give him 10 crystals.
Is that half of your total savings?
No.
So this is an interaction deception.
Sure.
It's a magical creature, which means you have to spend sortilege.
Sure.
Amazing. This is amazing.
I love the brain doing all the interaction. So good.
All right.
So,
Two
just not
dice.
did you spend from your interaction pool?
Yeah.
Okay, so you reduce it to a level 4, so you need 2 4s or higher.
Damn. Is there
Yeah.
anything else I can do?
You can spend hidden knowledge
I don't know if I.
and get 2 3s or higher. You have hidden knowledge, everyone
Okay.
does.
Sure. I'll try.
Okay, be sure to mark those things off. Hidden knowledge never comes back.
Oh shit. I
Yeah,
didn't know
well, not never. There are things you do.
It's a currency, so like
Yeah,
more or
kinda.
less, right?
It's a currency stat.
That makes sense.
that. That's
You
fine.
don't like purchase it, you earn it.
Cool. 1 and 9, so no.
So you
Give him 10.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Takes it. More please.
While this is happening,
Yeah.
I'd like to become invisible.
Okay. And how are you becoming invisible?
Well, sir.
Nice.
Well, sir. I have to spin freedom and wind.
Okay.
I would like to take the invisibility quality of wind
Mm-hmm.
and I would guess probably either sight or movement
Yeah.
quality of freedom
Sure.
so that I can pass unseen into this building.
And how long would you like it to last?
Well, default duration is 1 round
Okay.
and range is near.
Mm-hmm.
That would get me in.
Well, the doors are shut, so you'd be invisible from sight, but you can't pass through the doors.
So I could be invisible long enough to maybe lockpick them.
Yeah, you could try.
Like, or I would like to wait. I'll wait and see if there's someone going to enter.
Okay.
And then I'd like to wander in myself.
And you're gonna keep the round duration? You think you're just gonna step through?
I'll do 1 more.
Okay.
Like a scene or something.
So if I remember correctly, invisibility is roughly level 3 or 4. So we'll say in total it'll cost you 4 sorcery
Okay.
for that effect.
Would we be able to make this some sort of invisibility of like I just become I become something that's not noticed?
Such as?
Such as like just another member.
I don't think so because it's not like
That's
it's
more like
not
a
a
deception.
disguise. Yeah, it's
That's
not a
fine.
disguise illusion.
That's fine. Complete invisibility it is.
Okay.
I'm just curious. Okay. So
So you have
one
that
up
ready.
from 1 round is how long?
Probably depletion, minute or whatever. Long enough to get you in and maybe snoop around a bit, we'll say.
Okay.
I will say to the door, I'm like, I cannot give you half of my savings. It will cost me more to do that than anything else.
Well, no entry for you then.
What is the typical tithing?
I'm afraid I don't know.
10 is not enough?
No, definitely not.
So it's half of everyone who enters the front door.
I'm rarely bribed.
This isn't a bribe, this is a tithing.
Well, the tidings happen inside. I was just letting you in for a bribe.
And your bribe is half of my life savings.
Looked good to me.
A bribe.
What are you doing around the building? Because there are no other entrances or windows or anything.
Oh, none at all?
None.
Oh, I just assumed there was a mouth. There had to be a back end.
No.
Where's the ass? You come up to the sphincter.
Oh, boy.
There can be one if you want there to be one.
Sneak into the sphincter.
It's not a body, it's a piece of it.
No, it's a building. I know. But magical realism, guys. This is how this works.
This fucking door.
Through the sphincter.
I'm gonna
Are
turn
there
this
any
fucking
grates
thing
in the
about.
ground that might go underneath the building?
Great.
So the cities have to have sewer systems no matter how magical they are.
There
Have to is a real strong word in the actuality, I think.
are cisterns.
just shit and teleported away.
Let's
Alright,
do it
this
this
is not
way.
Potter
This is
Mode.
going to be a
Really?
perception task.
Or I can go back and try and persuade. If there's
It's
really
up to you.
really nothing, that's okay.
If you succeed, you'll find the great.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna turn this thing to dust later.
You can try again. There's nothing stopping you from casting more magic.
When does the secret soul stuff come into play?
Like, very, very, very rarely.
It's like when you're about to die or facing an impossible adversary. Because when you reveal your
got
secret
it.
soul, whether you think you're alone and no one's watching or not, someone knows.
Yep.
And once they know your secret soul, it opens up a whole host of magics and spells they can use against you.
Just
Right.
curious.
Yep, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's very powerful, but
Don't
very bad.
don't let someone know your name. Dresden style. Like
Yeah.
don't let
I
someone
don't even know
your
my
name.
name.
Yep. And the moment you reveal it, someone is going to find out.
Correct.
So I lied. I will go back and be useful to the party and try persuasion.
It's rare for you.
Can only let him flounder.
It's
some
rare
more.
for
Fucking.
I'm
I
just
hate
sitting
these
back and
fucking
watching.
dice. Like,
2 10s.
you can't just don't roll 2 10s. Like
Yeah.
then okay.
Well, yeah,
Don't roll a
10,
10,
because
yeah.
you need both successes.
Right, yeah. Fuck your dice. And was it like difficulty of 1?
It was a difficulty of 1, yeah.
I do.
Don't roll, yeah, A10. Yeah.
Don't
If
roll
you can
zeros.
convince it, I won't turn it to dust. Otherwise, I'm gonna fucking fry this thing.
I love it. So go ahead, person without a name.
Person without a name. I will walk back to the front and I'll look at the face and acknowledge it.
Yes, hello.
May we please enter?
Members only, I'm afraid.
I know, but you only get more members if you let more people in.
True, they haven't quite explained that one to me. But I just know it's members only. But you look like, and he looks at your neck amulet, you look like you have potential. Go ahead, and this is going to be an interaction test.
Okay.
Persuasion would apply. So you can spend from interaction to add 1 to your venture.
Okay, so I currently have 4 in interaction.
Yeah, so you can go down to 3 for that.
Okay, I can only go down to 3.
You can only ever spend 1 initially.
Okay.
There are secrets that allow you to spend more and get fucky
Okay.
with dice. But for beginning baby Vizsla, it's just the 1.
Okay, so
And
that
so-
gives me 1 from my interaction
Yeah.
pool. 1 because I have persuasion.
Yep. It's a bonus. You're not adding dice.
Nope, that's a bonus.
So
Okay,
you've reduced the creatures. So instead of adding bonuses, what we'll say is you've reduced the creature's level to 3.
okay.
It's a magical creature, however, so you need 2 successes. So you have to spend sortilege or use some kind of magic.
All of my magic is damaging or
Yeah.
shit. So we're
So
going to change
sortilege.
sortilege.
So on your 2d10 right now, you'll need a 3
Okay,
or higher on both of them.
got it.
So you can spend hidden knowledge to change that to a 2.
Do I have to spend the hidden knowledge
You
before
do.
I roll?
You do.
We'll leave it.
Okay, there's been a lot of failures at this door.
I'm gonna burn it to the ground.
Somebody's getting dusted.
Let's double check that I don't have anything. Is this church considered a home?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't help because we're already here.
I just wanted to clear that up.
Yeah, people live in this church. It's probably not a proper home, but yeah, sure.
You learn the most expedient route to the home of a nearby
She
being.
already found it.
Already
With your map.
I just situated map. At
Perfect.
least we got its use
Yeah,
before
that's
it got
true.
separated.
just like dust in
Could
the
have had
wind.
other uses, guys. Oh, Christ almighty.
What'd you get?
That is 1 3
Yeah.
and 1 0.
Was the 0 on your magical dice, the additional die?
So this one was the one that I added from the sortilege,
Okay.
and that's the 3.
Then you're good. There's no flux.
Okay.
It's only on the magical dice is there a flux. You only
Okay.
got a minor flux.
Got
So
it.
there's minor, I think major, and then 3 zeros is a grand flux. And the list of grand fluxes is like, you delete reality.
It's like Kenish.
It's like, goodbye.
Got it.
Your game is done.
Minor fluxes are usually pretty harmless. They're pretty innocuous. So, the dog goes, you know, I'm getting awfully tired of this. And you hear behind you, as this kind of pieces assemble behind you. And a kind of large bone golem stands 13 feet tall. Go. And gestures away.
I'm going to pretend I'm walking away.
Okay.
I'm going to just start walking away. But as I'm walking away, I'm looking for anyone who seems like they're walking towards this church with intent. Like they might be trying to go in.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see anyone?
Not yet.
I will walk away from the church. For now. For now.
The door. The door conquering you.
This is
No
bullshit.
incantations, ephemera objects.
Well,
This is bullshit. I mean, unless
Okay.
we just want to fight over
Yeah.
Really, so I
Fine.
the
can
thing is,
find a fast way to a house.
Yeah.
I can talk to a hanging
You know-
man from the sky.
Okay.
Or madness juice.
This is
Are we doing
this
there's
is
something
fine.
I could do.
Yeah, I know there are things
But-
people
Yeah.
can't do. Incantations. Yeah,
It's
go ahead.
gonna be bad.
Or if we're taking it back.
Like, really?
You can
Alright.
either fail or do it. It's up
Alright,
to you.
a dark god hungers.
Oh no! What does it
A
do?
giant toothy maw seeps into existence and bites up to 3 targets within close range. So I'm going to have him bite the door and the stone golem.
Okay.
Let's pair that with Demon Shriek on the golem.
And why not?
We're gonna do it.
Ancient.
Like, we've just come out of a van.
Yeah, it's like,
and we're
okay,
going
I
to
give
attack
up.
somebody.
Ancient thoughts scurry on dirty feet. So every unattended dead human skull bursts into swarms of beetles.
Why didn't you use that before?
And they're gonna swarm the golem.
Okay. I think how this happens is,
Jesus.
okay, I
Sitting
like.
on that the whole time.
There's all of that. You do that. Okay, so I like doing yours last because you're gonna change the thing. I like doing yours first.
Okay.
Go ahead and do yours first. What level is the effect?
7.
So so you just need to roll me 2d10 and not get a 0 on your magic dice.
Is there a way I can somehow like make that
Do you know
No.
which one's your magic
does
dice?
not happen? I did not.
Okay, because both of these creatures are not level 7, so you automatically succeed.
Okay.
So what is the damage?
1 wound.
Wow.
Okay.
Is that a lot?
Yep.
Yes. It is because monsters. So the way you all work is you have 3 injuries per wound. 3 wounds is death.
Mm-hmm.
The way monsters work, it's commonly like 6 injuries
Mm-hmm.
and 3 to 6 wounds. But you're just gonna basically do 6 damage to it.
Okay.
And so the maw clomps down on the other creature, and they both look severely injured.
My eyes turn silver. I'm like, enough of this shit. I want my name back. Give it to me.
And what does the dark god that you conjure look like?
It looks like this silvery kind of like prismatic quintessence that comes up out of the ground.
Start again, sorry.
It looks like this kind of silvery prismatic quintessence that rises up out of the ground. You can see that it like somewhat resembles like almost like a formless shape of this skeletal creature, like a match of it. And then it turns into a mouth and bites it.
So as it does to those two creatures, they look severely damaged. I'm gonna go ahead and do your thing next. What does it say?
Level 3,
Yeah.
which is plus a die.
Yeah.
I summon an incorporeal demonic entity that physically assaults a nearby being,
Yep.
inflicting 1 anguish and forcing them to lose their next turn. If the being resists the demon's mental shriek, the negative feedback is channeled to me and I potentially suffer the damage unless I can resist the spell.
So what level is the effect?
3.
So you're gonna add. So it's gonna take away 3 from their venture, which means your thing is 2 now on your both of your dice. You need to get 2 or higher
Okay.
on both.
1 and 9.
Okay, so what happens here is I actually do think it works just based on a few things, because they have a wound. I feel like, so it is going to happen. They do get an anguish. An anguish is not a wound, but an anguish is going to hinder their ability to do things.
Okay, and if they don't... So I think it's a contested, because if they don't... If the being resists the demon's mental shriek...
I never roll dice.
Oh, got it.
So that was the contest. What just happened?
Okay,
So
perfect.
it succeeded. And then your thing?
So every close human skull, dead and unattended, burst open, and then swarms of these beetles flow out and cover one of the creatures, let's say the golem.
Okay.
And he reduces their effective level by 1 for all actions this round.
Right. So that coupled with the English. What level is this spell?
2.
So these are level 3 creatures. They both technically have human skulls. So you can burst both of them and surround both of them.
I think it says dead and unattended. I think
Dead
they
and
tend their
unattended.
own skulls.
Oh, that's interesting. Right. Yeah. So I would say from the church, the unattended ones. So if a level 2 spell, you're gonna need a 3 on both dice,
Okay.
unless you spend.
You have to spend a sortilege, right?
No, the spell automatically gets your enhancement dice.
Got it.
You never spend spell with sortilege. You need a secret in order to do that.
Hidden secrets.
I trust my dice. 5 and a 9.
Okay, so the beetles burst
So I
open.
just slam my book, and then all the skulls on the front of the church just burst, and just swarms of these black beetles just swarm out and cover this golem.
So bad. It's so bad. And so now the beetles are swarming around both of these creatures, and they reduce their overall level of effect by 1, which means that coupled with the anguish, the bone golem is basically reduced to a level 3 creature, and the other guy is a level 4 creature.
My arm is just agitated and swarming and yeah.
What are you doing?
How bad do these things look?
Only the golem is taking significant damage. Looks rough, I'll say.
Part of me still just wants to become invisible and go lockpick the door.
Do what your character would do.
I'm the worst.
The worst amongst us.
Hi.
Except for
Think I'd
No, go ahead.
Except for what?
No, you're fine.
I think I'd like to spin Destruction.
Yes.
I love that I'm not playing the music for the monster. I'm playing it for you.
Yeah, we're the monsters.
Correct.
Are we the
Correct.
baddies? Members only.
Well, talking and then bribing and then almost turning to death.
This is how
to get
Invisible
their
Sun
way.
is played. It really is.
I'd like to
Okay.
spin Destruction
Mm-hmm.
and Speech.
Okay.
Destruction from Freedom
Mm-hmm.
and Speech from Wind.
Okay.
And I would like to start just basically gibbering nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Twas. Yeah, I just start reciting nonsensical nonsense.
So this is gray magic,
Potentially.
which is enhanced because it's nonsense.
Sure, yeah.
It's lies. You're
Yeah.
whispering lies.
I just start whispering stuff, prose that I've written in the gray or something.
And you're inflicting damage. You're inflicting
Yes.
harm. How much? Basically, in my mind, the way this works, since damage is kind of instantaneous, how much sorcery are you willing to spend for harm? Because it's like as long as you're within range, You can go up to, I think, 4 or 5 at this level.
Range is near, so.
So as long as you're next to him, you shout at one of them and deal harm.
I still want sorcery to do other things, but I can
You
refresh.
Yeah, you have 2 actions rest, and a 10-minute rest left.
Screw it. I'll dump them all. 7.
I think Weavers are limited by the number
5.
they can spend.
I think it's 5. Is it 5?
Let's call it 5.
Let's call it
30.
Let's call it 5. But actually, what I like here is if you want to, I'll let it be 7 based on a few factors.
What's that?
It's upped by 1. So it's 6.
Oh, right.
We'll call it 6. You spend 5,
I spend
you get
5,
6.
but I get 6.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So
What do you need me to roll?
No, it's way higher than the creature. So with 6 damage, that is 2 wounds against this creature because they're not a 6 and 6; they're a 3 and 3 and 3. So you actually destroy the golem with gray magic. So you can describe it for me. That'd be great.
I just start. I'm just kind of near enough, watching all this happen, trying to think about what I'm going to do. I'm slipping into Gilly a little bit, and then
All right.
I see all the beetles scurrying about, and I get a little distracted, and I just start humming a ditty, and then I start saying, "'Twas brilling in the slithy toves, did jibe and garble in the warbay." And I start reciting some sort of nonsense prose that I remember from the Grey.
Amazing.
But to me, it's not really the Grey, because everything is just nothing.
Everything is the void. Perfect. So with that, the bone golem is destroyed by magic of the Grey, which is enhanced by the Sooth card. You whisper these lies and untruths from the Grey and the world of deception, and this creature, the Actuality, is obliterated. Yeah, that works. And they just disperse into nothing. When that happens, how long does your beetle thing last? Is it just it's over next round?
It's 1 round, I believe.
So the beetles flutter back, and the skulls are reformed, and the door goes, "Fine, you've made your point." And the door's open.
I'm gonna take. I want my crystals back. That's fine. Okay.
You better mark those 10 off.
I did. Bastard.
Where on your sheet is that labeled?
That's on the side. So it's over right here. I don't
Chaos! I have to play an apostate. God, the
So
character
good.
sheets are too good.
It's so good.
Man, I only have over 100 crystal, Sigh.
Yeah. So if you would like to enter the Church of Bone and Faces, you may.
Let's get in here and get our fucking names back.
Yes. Grown tired of this.
This is fun.
Yes.
Just pointing at the face as we walk in.
I'm just stomping on little beetles.
I'll say to other me, I'll be like, future me, do you see anything? Inside. Invisible.
What level is the thing?
It's considered 4 levels higher for seeing invisible things. Or for seeing hidden things.
Oh, 4 levels higher.
Yeah.
Shit, and what was the level of the spell?
Level 3.
Holy shit. So with level 7, it's going to look around and says, yeah, there are people in robes. They look like the pillars, but they're in robes. He points them out, and you can see these people that are facing the pillars all throughout this cathedral. Mm-hmm. And you miss them at first, but once he points them out, you can see they're just kind of facing each wall, each pillar and praying.
Gotcha.
And this is very much the House of Black and White, with the faces and the faceless men and all that kind of thing.
Got it.
That whole aesthetic.
But
it's undulating ever so slightly.
Undulating, the walls twerking. I'll just kind of gesture to the group. I'll be like, hey, there's rope dudes. There. Thanks, future me.
So
you're
once
quite
I
welcome.
use this spell,
Yeah, it's a general spell or is it an incantation? So if you use
It's a
any
general
incantation, you're good. It just
I
stays
can
with
use
you.
it
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah, it's a general spell. You know it. You keep it. Incantations and ephemera, hand them in. Did anyone use any of those?
No.
Incantations, you said?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a one-timer.
Okay.
That's why they tend to be higher level. Anyone? Okay, anyone else? Okay. So that was all general spells. That's really fun. I don't have any general spells in my character.
Your character's dead.
Well, for now. Until he comes back as a
That's
lich.
right. No, I know.
Until he comes back as a lich. Your knot has failed me.
That's sad.
Stop messing with the knot.
I didn't mess with it.
She's not.
If you're disappointed by
She's not.
that
Really good at turning string into knots.
wait till the bonds of your marriage.
Oh. I'm afraid not.
I did not see that coming.
Did not.
So yeah, you were in the house, the house of black and white. You were in the temple of the Church of Bones and Faces.
Temple
Correct.
of the Church of the Cathedral of the...
Yep.
Bones and church faces.
Hello, names. Get over here.
Oh no.
So once he points
Just
out
call
the
them by their
people,
name.
can I feel what kind of people they are?
Yeah, so that's a good question. They appear to be. Some of them are. They're basically mostly Vizsla. I feel like most of them are Vizsla.
Okay.
Oh, I could have just spelled the
Yeah,
door.
so I think that one is kind of like general. I can feel what's around me. I can't necessarily... There's things.
Okay, so there's Vizsla presence. I'm gonna say there's also presence of perhaps a demon in here.
Okay.
I feel like there's just a general demonic presence also. So I feel like those are the two things.
Yay, so I would have noticed them without you.
Hmm?
I would have noticed them anyway, because I can always feel them around.
Nice.
With my hands.
I'll say
Mental hands.
mental hands. I'm like, Mom, let the names die. Clearly not here.
The worst. You're the worst. You're the worst.
I'm spiraling the drain pretty quick.
Only a little. Y'all are almost there. You're almost at the end of the adventure. Stick on.
We're gonna get it.
Just, be more like me. See the world the way I see it. Things are so much nicer and easier.
Yes, but then I would lose.
Can
So
I
much
find
more.
the home of the names?
The home of the names? No, because it's not. You've already found the home. They're contained in.
Okay, got it.
Well,
Can I-
sort of.
How much would it take for me to try to see names again?
Oh, so what would your two aggregates be, and are there any absences that interfere with them?
I mean, I did the scrying before, right?
Yeah, but you were scrying on more of a location, not necessarily you were looking for the names.
Sight and speech, right?
Mhm.
And there are no absences. I mean, the absences are only imprisonment, despair, structure, flame, stone, defense.
Yeah, so you'd already scribed for the names themselves, and that's as far as you got. You could try again, but I imagine your expectation would be you would just see this church again.
Could I cast the spell though, spin that, say a name, and watch where it goes,
Yeah, you could try that.
and see would it?
As long as you have a name left to say.
I have so many names left to say.
Okay.
I will. No, I don't. I'll say. So how much am I spending, and what is the color of this spell?
I think this is blue, and I think it's going to be 5, because this is going to get you to, yeah, I think it's going to get you to the thing. Well, no, it's going to be 4, because the distance isn't as great. Yeah.
Right. What is the distance? Because
It would be 1 step below what you did before, and the last time it was 5, so you were going to do 4. Wow. Yeah.
because my default is near.
Mm-hmm. And near, I imagine, is same room? Yeah, 3 or 4.
Could
would say
I help, since this would be seeing through deception? If I notice she's actually doing something and not just wandering around the room looking at pretty things?
Yeah, you can help. Yeah. Yes, actually, that would actually very much apply seeing through deception.
Seeing through deception and using that sight to push it towards whatever that demonic presence is?
Sure. So what I'll say there, that helps you use the shorter distance, so it's only going to be 3.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't have to extend your distance as far. because you don't need as much leeway because she's helping.
Well, I've only got 2 left, so.
Well, you have rest actions.
Yep. Use my action to rest, and then I'll stand.
Do we all have to rest at the same time?
No, definitely not.
Okay.
And then I'll spend 3. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
When you spend an action to rest, how much does that get you back?
You select a pool,
One pool.
refills it to full.
Wow, that's pretty powerful.
Yeah, you have 2 action rests. Yeah.
One.
Yo, Vizsla are strong.
Not Certes or Qualia. One
No.
of your Bene pools.
Single pool, like
Yeah.
a single. I know, like single
Yeah.
sorcery. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was confused.
And I say, beware the Jabberwocky, and then Jabberwocky leaves my mouth, and where does it go?
Okay, so this is still going to be contested.
Oh, fuck.
Yes. I will let you know the person that you're essentially finding, because they're the one casting the deception, is a level 6 creature.
Shit.
Yeah. You're reducing it by effectively 4 with all the help, so he's only a level 2 creature.
Okay.
So on both of your dice, since you're already spending a spell, you need a 2 or higher.
Yeah.
Don't roll 2 zeros.
Stop it. Believe in my dice. 2 1s.
So I think what happens here is, in the interest of moving things along, I think you do find them, but you're caught off guard.
Okay.
You're standing exactly right next to that person, and they just like, boom.
So who follows her down the rabbit hole?
Oh, well.
You definitely are.
I'll wander around.
Okay.
A safer distance.
So you are all kind of going through these pillars, and you see that these people don't move, and you eventually kind of nook around like a little. I don't know what it would be. It's not like quite a confessional booth, but it's like a cubby hole where people sit and have a chat, like in a little stone wall, little crevice, 2 benches across from each other. Yeah, and it's writhing and squirming a little bit, and you come around and you look into this nook, and there's no one there. And then across the way from the back, you hear someone say, "Ah, Vizsla, have you come looking for the name?" And he says, as you're all facing this nook, "Don't turn around. I've got you dead to rights. Any sudden movements, you may not survive."
What do you want?
I was hoping talented and industrious Vizsla such as yourself would arrive. I need a name for this person. They are a seeker of knowledge and a master of unmaking and destruction. I'm Sodalist Cornelius of the Sodality of Rim. I've journeyed Indigo, as we seldom do, to discover the secrets of unmaking. And I attempted to unmake all names, but was unsuccessful.
Well, you've certainly fucked up our names.
Yes, you and a multitude of others.
We've come back for them.
Yes.
You couldn't unmake them, so you stole them. Seems petty.
I did try. The spell just did not work as I had hoped.
Unmaking. What's it all really?
Is there anything shiny in front of us?
No, just a dark crevice and cubby hole. He says, "I'm willing to part with the names, but not without leaving with something, as I do have to make it back to the red, and with my brothers and, well, excuse me, not brothers, my other members of the Sodality of Rim."
What's a fair name? What's a fair exchange for a name?
Don't know. I've never had much value in them, but I figured I had to make something out of nothing. What's your name? What's your name worth?
A hidden secret?
Oh.
10.
No, 10 would not work. For sure.
Don't even know what I meant.
I can still see them.
Would I know what's needed to travel between the suns?
So in my actuality, actually, I did there's the L, and you take the red line to the red sun.
Yep.
You take the blue line to the blue sun. In normal Invisible Sun, there's these flying, like, ooh, whales. And they make ooh noises. They're called sunships. But yeah, you take the L, which is spelled A-L, the actuality line. The L.
Yep. I love it so much. It makes
Are
me
you
so
sure they're
happy.
not whales and I can't just bring them potted petunias?
I can make my way back just fine. A secret intrigues me. What secret would that be?
Well, I'm not going to tell you until I get the name back. Otherwise, it would no longer be a
Certainly you
secret.
could give me some notion. We are, after all, in the city of...
How
does he
is it
know
just
it's
a
his
secret
name?
I can make up?
Oh, you're going to have to give up something, either an incantation, ephemeral object, or hidden points from your hidden knowledge pool.
That's what I was thinking. That's
Okay.
a point from the hidden knowledge.
More than a point.
How much is it?
I'm going to say 4 hidden knowledge to this Sodalus Cornelius.
Is that something that we could share amongst us for the names?
I could say you could all give up 1 point to so.
Yeah.
Would
Get our
that give
names
us back one name or all of them?
This was for all the names.
Intriguing.
Each of you willing to part with a bit of hidden knowledge? We get our names back?
Instead of hidden knowledge, given knowledge to one question.
What do you mean?
Any question in the world, anything you could think of. One answer. All the names.
Are you sure? You contain this power?
I have a quick interruption that affects everything. Soothe card.
Okay.
Do we get a new one for this?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, sure. Sorry.
I could.
okay. And we shall do a sooth card.
Yeah.
Please be Indigo.
Because I'm looking at my colors, I'm like, oh, I have no idea what's going to happen now. Oh, no. Oh, no.
What card is it?
The Weeping Priest.
What does that mean?
This is a level 5. It's worth 5.
My card's a level 10. Does that help?
Holy shit! You're the level
Jesus.
10?
It's the answer to any one question in the actuality.
Just give up a secret.
Oh
give
my
up
God.
a single hidden secret.
You know, like, that's insane.
It's like
Could you read me the spell name of the card?
So this is an ephemeral incantation.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
this is one of the ephemeral cards you handed me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Never question the wisdom of the gallows. Level 10. Descending down from a hole in the air is a hanged man, the noose still wrapped around his blackened throat. The hanged man answers one question on any topic and then disappears up through the hole again. Color indigo.
Wow.
That's the
Okay, so I think
So
what
is
happens
this
here...
like super powerful in the sense of like this would be overkill for what we're doing?
Yes.
He was going to take one hidden secret.
Level
from each
10
of
is
us.
like... Level 10 is like a level 9 spell in D&D.
Then let me persuade.
Okay.
Okay, so
But
you
first we
see
have to
the-
resolve the
Okay,
the
resolve
thing.
the thing, and then I have something that might make this
The
work
Weeping
level
Priest is
10.
almost always an unwelcome card. It indicates a surprise reversal, and it's almost always bad.
Yep.
Um,
Which is exactly what just happened.
an NPC changes their mind about something, and something is lost.
Oh, boy.
And you hear a... It just happens. There's no... Well, you cannot apply to the Sith deck
I
as an
can't.
apostate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Same.
And I was
No
getting him to
thanks.
agree.
Hard pass.
I was giving him to agree for one hidden secret each.
So I think what happens here... God, this is wild.
This is
So I think what
wild.
happens here, what's about to happen is he's basically changing his mind in an instant. He's going to shove over the vials and like lose all the names forever. But you both see this. So... So because of the Weeping Priest, there is no persuading him, I think.
So I was just going to say, if we were going to use the gallows card, and that was going to be a thing we would, you get to ask a question, but we all get to hear the answer.
Yeah. No, it's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Um,
So he loses.
so
that
as a
secret
as a
knowledge.
group, you need to
Yeah.
decide: are you going to let the apostates interfere? So persuasion, anything won't work. He's already made up his mind, unfortunately, due to the nature of the actuality.
Can
Yeah.
you tell us what the colors are?
There are none.
So have I already?
Oh, okay.
Hang on. Have I already used the ephemeral thing?
No, you haven't
Okay.
declared it yet. No.
Got it.
I mean,
So
it was the thing that he was changing his mind because he agreed one hidden secret each.
yeah.
We can interfere with that and make him not change his mind.
Well, he's still changing his mind, but you get to ignore those consequences. So it's interesting. I think what you get to do is have a move here where you get to maybe either convince him or it's not that he's changing his mind about the cost. He's changing his mind about making a deal.
Okay.
He's going to destroy all the names, and he's going to go push over the crystal container or whatever container it is. So you get a move here to prevent him in some way before it happens. Or you use your level 10 spell. I think those are the two avenues open to you right now.
I've got a thing to like
I have a thing
stop the things from knocking over.
too. Sure. And I have a thing too that I can do, perhaps.
Take the other one off.
I have a potential way to assist if that's something I'm able to do.
So I feel like unless it's like a really crazy extreme thing, and it is.
I could potentially spin speed from wind and movement from freedom to let one of them move quicker.
I mean,
I would say you could do that to
Okay.
aid one of the apostates.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say that. Yeah, sure.
Would that just be like a level 1? Because my
I'll say
one round and near is my default
unless you
on
really
both.
want to spend your
I
level 10
think
spell.
if there's
I
a
mean,
very
it's a
similar
one-shot,
spell, then I'll
so
say level
isn't that
2.
difference?
Level 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm such a medic.
So are the apostates doing it? Narratively,
I think-
do you guys want to
yeah,
learn something
let's do
really
it.
big about the world in your first session, or do you want to prevent the? Which
I
is
get
it?
it. I get
Both
what you're
solve the problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, both solve. Well, yours has a chance of failure,
Right.
but you both. So do you want to solve the problem without learning something huge, or do you want to give away a huge resource and solve the problem, but still learn something fundamental about the game?
That one.
And what I'm going to say here is that this spell is going to reveal a secret from
Yes!
a secret envelope.
Then go
no.
for it. So I see the threads of time spooling out, and I'm like, I want to know that secret.
Oh no.
Future
Okay,
me.
that's
Future me
you.
lets it happen.
You good?
Wow.
Sure, it's a one shot.
Future me crosses his arms.
It's the shared actuality.
It is.
Oh.
That's true.
This affects everything.
Okay,
This is
so
fine.
question.
This
This card goes back into the deck, gets shuffled back in, and someone else can get it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly how
Okay,
it works.
sure, absolutely. Why not? Let's do the thing.
This is amazing.
Future me.
Creepy hanged man comes out of the
He's-
He did open the envelope.
He says it's time.
Shit.
Time to look
I
in
can't
the.
believe this. Like our first thing.
Level 10 spell.
Level 10
There are no. I
spell.
feel like there are no coincidences in the actuality.
Dan's gonna flip his shit.
I mean, I
You're
think
gonna
this.
mute this.
I hope I'm not making a huge rookie mistake. I feel like this is how this works with a huge level 10 incantation.
I like that feels right.
He answers
to me.
one
as much
question
as I'm
on
aware.
any topic and then disappears through the hole again. So I'm letting the NPC pick the question,
Holy
and
shit.
that's how we're gonna get all the names back.
Holy shit! We
But the
just sat
caveat
down.
is we get to hear the answer too.
I'm losing my mind. We're
Time to-
already opening the secret envelope.
Future me has this, like, the negative me says it's time to look in the bucket of truth, guys.
Oh fuck. Okay, so let me do a music switch here.
Yes.
I think this is right.
Good stuff.
Oh
You
my
handle
God.
these things, man.
I blindly did, yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize that is level 10 like the highest level in this game?
No, but it's high.
Okay.
Can't wait to look at my level 12
So,
spells.
we'll announce before we start reading the thing for anybody who wants to mute
Yeah.
so they don't hear the secret.
We'll type in chat when it's safe.
And this is like a universal spoiler warning. We don't. Oh, this is bad. I'm gonna temper it just a little bit, but you're definitely gonna learn something here.
Okay.
Okay. Tempting Secrets is the song, folks.
We can talk about it more thoroughly after stream ends.
Yeah, perfect. So we'll
You
have a
can mute
spoiler
the stream,
warning.
say it, and then unmute the stream.
Okay, so
You
mute the
could,
stream if you do not want to learn a secret of an invisible sun. So the
So
Sadal.
spoiler warning.
Spoiler warning.
Spoiler warning. All the
Spoiler.
hands, guys.
Mute
This is the
now.
hands. All the hands.
I'm ready, Matt. Hit me with it. My body is
I
ready.
can't do this. This is
Matt.
too big.
Slap it
Oh my
around.
god.
Tell
my
me.
God.
Is that the question the
And I'm out
NPC
of
wants to know,
popcorn.
though?
Well, fuck. So the question that the Sodalist Cornelius answers
Right.
is, so let's set the scene. So,
We're good?
yeah.
They're good to tune back in? Oh, man.
Yep. I think that's good. So, we're unmuted. I'll wait. Yes. I don't know what I'm doing. We're unmuted, and,
Oh, did you mute the whole stream for that?
Or they just
No.
told them to mute.
Oh,
I
okay.
told them to mute.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I misunderstood.
Fuck. Yeah, so the hangman
no.
disappears, and the Sodalist hands you a vial, and he uncorks it.
Is my name?
All the names.
Oh. Nice. My name is Eli. Haha! It's back.
You know what would have been really smart for the last 4 hours to think of a name?
Garlic toast.
Garlic toast.
We'll go back around to you.
What's in a name, really? You can call me Cheshire.
Of course. Albert.
Albert.
Yes.
You didn't strike me as an Albert.
Well, here we are.
Like I said, what's in a name, really?
And I go with Juliet.
Quite
Julie.
pointless.
Juliet,
Mm-hmm.
Eli, Cheshire, and Albert, yeah? I think that's a good place to end.
Oh my god.
Do I get the secret from Mrs. Kilgast? Because I fixed the thing?
So whoever... You all can decide as a group. So you all get... If you weren't given it by the end of the session, you all get 1 joy or 1 despair. You are all good, so... And you get your... you all have 1 joy and 1 despair. It could decide amongst yourselves who gets the secret.
I'd say her.
Yeah, she gave up a level
that's
10
fine with me.
incantation.
That's totally fine.
So you're gonna get...
But
since Mrs. Kilgast got over on you guys in the crystal orb price, I'm gonna say that you get up to a level 3 secret.
What
There
was
were a
the...
few good
She
ones
got
there.
over on us on the crystal orb price?
Yeah, she lowballed you.
us.
Ah, okay. We didn't try to negotiate it up.
Yeah.
Because what is my character going to do without
Right.
it?
Right. I'm shitting money, so I'm...
So we gained
yeah, it must
40.
be nice.
I hope it was okay to use the secrets envelope.
Oh my god. So we used
Monte
40
Cook
now.
is just at home
Well,
screaming.
no, it's you and Dan because it's a shared actuality.
No.
With Monte Cook, like,
Right.
they
We
made
just-
the thing to be
That
used.
is a secret that remains between us, folks.
Yep.
Right.
I'm just picturing him screaming at your computer.
Oh.
At this computer right now. No, Matthew! He's calling the police.
He's probably asleep and calling the police.
No, this is. I'm still talking about Monte Cook.
Oh.
He's just like, what are you doing? You're playing it wrong.
Game.
I actually don't think he would care. Like,
This is
that
all for. Yeah.
would be amazing.
He throws his black
Regardless.
cube at the TV.
Oh no! The things are 30 pounds!
Hey,
It's 30 pounds! That's a
the
lot.
incantation said what it said, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do about it.
Right?
Right.
Level 1.
Level 1! Fundamental truths of the universe!
So since we're in learning mode, how many joy and despair do you have? You're adorable.
So, combining a joy and despair.
Oh.
I need to know it was okay, Smokebeard, thank you.
Yeah.
Smokebeard's like the biggest
Yeah.
invisible sun guy, so
Yeah.
if he agrees with me, we're good. That is insane. Well,
Sorry to throw that
Sodality
out
of Ren know how to unmake the world. Anyway,
Great.
Oh, you just told Smokebeard.
no, that was he heard the question.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
that
the
was the
sodality,
question.
the person, right? He.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry. That wasn't the secret.
No, that wasn't the secret at all.
Because that's the question that he asked. Never mind.
Um,
Sorry. I'm just wowed by everything. that's
I
happened.
can't live.
Me either.
So how do you level up?
So you can combine. So there's two ways. You use Joy and Despair to combine them and create a crux.
Okay.
That crux can be spent on certain kinds of advancements. If I remember, it's either your forte or your order. I can't quite remember.
Perfect.
I have it in a spreadsheet. And then you can do that by combining them, or you can spend your Despair and turn them into Acumen. And Acumen is used to advance your forte. Yeah, that's right. You use to advance your forte, learn new spells, hexes, and things.
Okay, cool.
So either combine them or spend just Despair.
So,
And the cruxes are used to advance your order.
Is it a 1-to-1 ratio between Despair and Acumen, or is it like 2 Despair to an Acumen?
So
1 Despair is 2 Acumen, I think? Or
Oh,
1
other
Acumen?
way around. Okay, cool.
I'll have to look at the way has it.
yeah, I'm looking.
Should I
real
write
quick
down what
into it.
cards we have for the next
You
time?
should write down their title,
Okay.
then hand them in.
And
You can spend 1 Despair to gain 2 Acumen. And Acumen can be spent on new skills, spells, secrets, etc.
And so we gained a
Crux.
Despair, a Joy, and we also gained a Joy from learning that thing.
I'll say sure. 2 Joys and a Despair to everyone. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
And Crux are used to advance in your order and your forte.
That's right.
Okay.
And so then Acumen is used for everything else.
2 Joys to advance in your forte?
No, 2
No.
Crux.
Oh, 2
Joy
crux.
can only be combined with Despair.
Yep.
Okay.
Despair is spent by itself. Does
So
that make sense?
we're at
Yeah.
2 Joy.
It's harder to gain Joy than Despair most
You're
of the
at
time.
2 Despair, one Joy.
That's what I
They're
thought.
all at 2 Joy, 1 Despair.
And I missed. And what can you use Joy for? So you can use
Joy is combined with Despair and turned into a Crux.
And that's
and
it.
then-
Cruxes can advance orders or forte.
and 2
Can
Cruxes advance you in an. In your
It depends
forte.
on where you're advancing to.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
May I see your key?
If I hit too many
The
Despair.
way is how you look at advancement.
Okay. I'm just.
Despair is just a form of advancement. It's not anything harmful to you.
This is a lot of fun.
So if I
Yeah.
have like 30 Despair, I'm not like I
You should probably turn them into some advancements.
You should level up.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're
Advancing
fine.
the second degree requires 2 Crux.
Yeah, it's a 1-to-1
Damn it.
ratio up to
In your
4
order.
or 5.
In your forte, it's much more expensive.
Oh, even worse.
Is it in your forte?
It says forte is more esoteric. Oh, sorry.
No, it's not. It's not
And-
more expensive until.
Right. Fortes are very specific to the Vizsla, so advancing them is different. An ability of a level 1 through 4 requires 1 Crux. Okay.
Yeah, it's a 1-to-1 ratio up till 4.
Sorry, I looked at a different table instead of okay,
This
we're
is
good.
fun.
Yeah.
I can see why people like this system.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's great. I love it.
I really
Good
like
job
this.
on spending your level 10 spell. That was awesome. We learned something
so
cool.
good.
A lot of people don't know.
Thanks. Meanwhile, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm glad that you've been enjoying the story.
If you enjoyed tonight's stream, follow, subscribe. Our next thing is when, folks?
Monday, right?
What's Monday?
I stream art.
That's right.
Dragon Heisters on Tuesday.
And then we have
Cold Suns on
Yeah, we have
Cold
our
Suns
next
Wednesday.
in-person Wednesday.
Yeah.
Cold Suns, and we'll be doing a giveaway for 25 subscribers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that we have double that amount.
So
That's right.
look forward to like a giveaway, like mini.
We have a
several.
few giveaways coming up, so stay
Yep.
tuned in our socials and in our Discord and
You better.
everything.
Oh, the stuff I was looking for, I didn't see it in there. I think it's in the key.
What is
The advancements
Yeah,
for
it's
the
in the
forte.
key.
Yeah.
It's in the key.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
in the key in the
You
back.
mean the descriptions of it?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's all under the Forte.
Thank you,
wanted
guys.
to know what it was, but you don't have enough
Oh.
Crux yet.
Oh, okay.
Matt,
Yeah.
did you want to keep all of the...
You should keep
Character
your
sheets?
sheets.
We should keep
Keeping
the
the
sheets?
sheets.
Okay, I'll try.
What about
If
the
anyone
ephemera?
I
Turn
give
them
it
in.
back.
Just write
Just write them
write
down.
them down. Turn them in. Write down their titles, not their
Yes.
descriptions.
Incantations. They
Yep.
could just go on any of those.
Yep.
Okay. So the foundations were...
That's your house. You'll build. We can build those later.
Tentacle hand. That sounds like fun.
And then the heart was the empathic shenanigans.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're an impact. You're a what are you?
I'm a
An
mendicant.
Yeah.
In itinerant.
Yeah, and you're an itinerant empath goetic who follows the path of the suns. That's your character sentence.
So I'm a medicant stoic, apostate who hosts a legion.
Yes, perfect. Here it is. Write down your character sentence.
And
I, do.
I
I have it around my apostate
Perfect.
swirl.
I am a bizarre.
I don't know what else to choose from.
I'm a bizarre gallant weaver of the Order of Weavers who wanders in delirium. There it is.
Matt, did you want the summon sheet back, the handout, or do
Yeah.
you want me to keep it with my sheet?
I'll keep it with your sheet. We can always print out more.
I'm a stoic, connected apostate who warps time and space.
I feel like I'm pretty zoned.
Me too.
That was awesome, y'all. Can I have my Testament in the Sun and any remaining sooth?
Let me give you a hand here.
Thank you. Testament of the Sun, folks. How
The
cool is
worst.
that? I love getting asked, is there any other sooth cards floating around?
Smokebeard says he hopes it's not too long till the next game, and here are your sooth cards right here.
I'm on break from running anything for 5 weeks.
Yeah, so
We'll
5
see.
weeks.
I might pop in for a little skosh on variant-Roles. We'll see. But as far as this group, probably 5 weeks.
But I have a black cube.
That's right, and you can run because shared actuality.
That's right.
So
So-
whenever she feels like it.
So,
course.
whenever I feel like it.
Yeah, we may
Yeah.
have a couple extra things after Cold Suns.
Yeah.
Just give us a bit longer of a break. But
Or maybe an extra day
There's
thrown
your
in.
Weaver
We'll see
deck.
how it all plays. Thank you so much. I don't know
I'm
where the hell
gonna keep
where
this.
these
I'm
cards
gonna
came
keep
from.
my character sheet with my key.
You hate to see it.
Hate to see it.
Need to see it.
Put my
Here you go.
invisible sun dice back.
You have that back. After you're done.
Yeah, right.
Cry.
And so you combine a joy
Oh.
and a despair to make a crux.
Yep.
Correct.
And you can use a crux to advance your forte.
Yeah, you're
Mhm.
flipped.
You
Other
need
way.
2 crux to advance to level 2 in your order.
Yep.
You need
Uh,
1
yeah, I
crux
think
to
that's it.
advance.
A forte.
Well, certain levels of your forte.
Like
Yeah,
2 to
up to
3.
The
4,
entry,
yep.
yeah.
So you'll
Okay.
so you need 2 crux for your next either forte or order.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay, so it's
2
not
crux.
one. Okay, it's. I'm sorry, I misunderstood then.
That's okay.
There you go.
So you won't be advanced just yet.
Wait.
I'm the,
Because
They're
it
all
sounds
level
like-
1, right?
Right.
So you need 2 crux for level
I'm
2.
the only one that can advance anything because.
Oh, no,
I
it's
can
just
turn
one, my
everything
bad.
That's what I'm
into
saying.
It's
like,
not
to
a
get
one-to-one
forte,
ratio.
To get a forte,
I got
it's
you.
just
Yeah.
one.
So I can.
Yeah, and a
You
order,
can-
right?
You
Cool.
can-
Order
you
it's
can
2
advance
because
them
in order to
and
get to level 2,
Yeah.
it's 2.
Well, I
Oh,
can
okay,
do a
so it's a
bunch
1-to-1 on the
back
order and just a
not
1
take
for
a
your
level, but
for forte.
do everything
So you
else.
can advance your forte if you want.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can basically give
Oh.
myself an extra action. I can store it.
The spreadsheet that the people made it in VariantRoles actually breaks down advancement very nicely. So,
Oh, nice.
and I believe that is in shared resources.
Let's check it out.
And there's a bunch of things on the Monte Cook website that's in the store, but is free. So all of these character sheets, he has the downloads in a zip file,
Aw.
and they're original
Quality?
quality.
Yes. Get
and,
legal
and it
paper.
didn't cost anything. So you can just go download the
I'm
sheet.
serious.
It's just legal paper.
Yeah, print it on legal paper.
That's longer than legal.
Print it
not-
at work, steal from where you live.
Yes. Steal from where you work.
I mean,
Be gay, do crime.
That's 11 by 17. That's not
Yeah,
legal.
that's longer than legal.
That's at least 11 by 17. That's
You're-
actually
that's way
11
not
by
even.
it's
That's
8.5 by
way more
14.
than 17.
11 by 17 is tabloid.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's-
Tabloid.
it's not tabloid either. It's
No,
8.5
it's not.
by 14. He just said it.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
No,
repeated
not
what he
you,
said.
him.
I
I
was
don't
gonna
know
say
what
it's
8.5
not
by
11,
14
it's
is
8.5.
called.
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't look 11. That's right.
Well, whatever paper size this is, whatever.
I mean,
Steal
everyone-
it from